Let's get this show on the roll. What's going on, everybody? I hope everybody has had a really good week. Today, we're going to talk about money and, the money that comes with having competitive advantages. You need to create competitive advantages. It'll help you in the long run, especially when you have clients that are looking at what you offer and they're trying to compare it to what other offers they have. If you create these competitive advantages, then they won't have anything to compare and you will always win. That is why clients or customers or businesses that you follow have a bunch of stuff that's named something different that really does the same. But first, what we're going to do today is we're going to roll graphics. We're going to get right into it. Let's go ahead and let's do that. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? If this is your first time here on this channel right here, this channel is designed for content creators like yourself who want to turn your passion into profit. I'm gonna ask everybody to go ahead and post where they're from so we can get that started. Go ahead and post where you're from, who you with, what set you claiming, all that good stuff y'all like to post, and talk about But today we're gonna get right into the nitty gritty. Let me ask you first. Before we even do that, we don't have a sponsor today. I'm going to ask that you do me one favor. I'm going to post a survey in the comments. I'm going to ask that you fill it out. It takes 3 minutes, and it allows me to provide you with what you need. So I'm gonna post that so we can get those going. All of my gold members who are in the gold member section, make sure you go ahead and join that Zoom meeting now. So everybody and their mama can join in that Zoom meeting. It should be under gold member lectures. Go ahead and jump in and join it. You should be popping up, and everybody should be popping in that thing soon, because the after hours is going to be just that today. You know how we roll in the after hours, or after show, after hours. I don't know the name they gave it. Today, we're going to talk about one of the most important things within business, and it's having a competitive advantage by creating something that only you have. It's very difficult for clients to compare your stuff with other people's quotes and portfolios and proposals when you have something that only you have. So keep that in mind. Now, this tip and trick works if you do one thing and one thing well, and that's have a niche market. You have to have something that is very niche, right? And let me give you some examples of how this works in real life. We talk about the Whopper. We talk about the Big Mac. Those are sandwiches that can be replicated everywhere, but because they have a special name, you feel like you're getting something special. When somebody want to go and they want to get a Big Mac made somewhere else, or they want a Big Mac from another place, people are like, we don't have a Big Mac. However, we can give you put the same ingredients in. People are like, nah, it's not a Big Mac. We want a Big Mac. Those are things that companies do. You start seeing names like Retina Display, Quattro 4, or different names, Hemi V8. There's names to all kind of things that are around you. And a lot of those things really just provide something that you can get other places, but you can't compare a Hemi to something that's not a Hemi. They trademark that name, so another company can't call their V8 a Hemi, regardless of how they both just provide horsepower. They both help you spin the wheels, because one is a Hemi. People want a Hemi, and then they push the idea that you gotta have a Hemi, right? Every kiss begins with K. Like those are like little phrases that they make you feel like you gotta have their diamond if you're gonna get a diamond. There's certain things in the industry you'll start to notice that companies will start throwing out there that you feel like you can only get from that one company. But when you take a step back and look at it, you realize that it's just a simple cheeseburger with Thousand Island dressing and a extra piece of bread in the middle. I can go anywhere and order that. However, they do a really good job at training you on the idea that you need a Big Mac. If it ain't a Big Mac, it's not good. Even though there's burgers that are bigger, better, taste great, well made, better ingredients. If you don't have it, you don't have it. So a lot of companies do it, right? $5 footlongs, hot and ready's from Little Caesars. A lot of companies have things that they name something that only they have. They trademark those names and they push that so that you can't cross shop it. The goal is to make sure you can't go somewhere else and say, do you got a hot and ready? No, but we got a pizza that's $5 and it's available. But is it a hot and ready? No, it's not a hot and ready, but it's for $5 and it's available. Oh, it's not the same. I'm out of here. So you'd be surprised how often that happens, right? So as a content creator, if you have a niche, it's important that you develop some products that are uniquely named. I'll give you an example of where I do this the most and where it has helped me grow and blow up. And that has been in the order of headshots, right? Creating what's called a cinematic headshot. We call them executive level headshots. All right, what's so special about an exec? Nothing. We just light it a little bit better. We give it a very shallow depth of field. We clean your teeth, get rid of your wrinkles. We make your eyes and teeth brighter and wider, and that's it. That's an executive headshot. Now, when they compare an executive headshot and another client who's just doing headshots, which one sounds better to you? The same price. If mine's a little more, it makes a little more sense. So simply because it's called an executive headshot and it's a higher end headshot, Clients go with it over my competitor that's offering the exact same thing. He's just calling it a headshot. So we have things that are called flash demonies, right? They're just quick testimonials. We call them flash demonials. Can't get them weak in there. The thing is, I've had clients compare my flash testimonial with another company that has a 2-minute testimonial, right? Theirs is called a testimonial, but theirs is 2 minutes. Mine's is 60 seconds. Ours is more than theirs, and they'll choose to go with us simply because it's a flash testimonial. It sounds better. We want something that gets right to the point, that tells it like it is in a short period of time. You need a flash testimonial. It works every single time. It's a easy upsell. It's to play off the name. So develop something that's within your niche, that's designed for your target audience, your target client, that plays off your name. You'd be surprised at what you can come up with. And if you have a lot of clients that are shopping your stuff, I want to see what they're doing. Well, we got 3 or 4 guys. They don't have flash testimonials. What they got? Testimonials? Oh, that's old. Yeah, ours are designed for your target audience. They're fast and they're ready to go, and they punch your target audience right in the throat because they're designed to be quick, fast, and for your client. So think of something like that for your target audience, and it will be different, and it will differ based on based on your client. Who is your client? What is their target audience? Things will be different based on that. So keep that in mind. All my people who are gold members, don't forget, we got the Zoom meeting up. You guys can jump in. We're going to bring everybody in a little bit. I see everybody in the green room getting set up. So take your time and go ahead and go to the community and check that out. But keep that in mind when you're looking to offer something different. If you're doing a lot of proposals and nobody's biting on your proposal, try this method. Try this method. You may even get clients come back and like, what's so different about a flash testimonial compared to what they're doing over at a testimonial? Flash testimonial is designed by Flash Film Media. We understand your target audience. We've developed the ability to have a testimonial that's designed to be effective in a shorter period of time. What are they promising? It takes them 2 minutes to get that same information across. Your target audience don't have that attention span. We understand that. That's why we've developed the flash testimonial. You'd be surprised at clients that's like, oh, yeah, let's do it. That's what I want. So make sure you look at things you offer and create custom names for complete packages. That will create a competitive advantage over the guy that you're competing with, who is just saying, we can do this video. Well, we're doing if you shoot a lot of communication videos, whatever your niche is, create a product within that niche and name it something different, right? Next time you go to Best Buy and you're looking at TVs, look at all the technology that only Sharp has. Look at all the technology that only this company or that company has. It's really weird that they're like, Sony is the only one with this or that. And you may get to the point, or technology companies get to the point where they start to license technologies just for the name. Apple bought Beats by Dre not because of the technology, simply by the name. And all Beats by Dre do is cut up the bass. If you listen to a good monitoring headphone, it's completely different than if you listen to Beats by Dre. Really good monitoring headphones that are designed to let you hear everything and mix everything are completely different than what consumer level Beats by Dre that just crank up the bass do. It's completely different. Apple bought Beats for the name, not the technology. They could have replicated the technology. But they understand that people are willing to spend more than Bose headphones in some cases. They're willing to spend more for that name. That means profit margins are greater. That means they can sell less headphones and make more money, deal with less clients and make more money simply by the name. So keep that in mind. Sometimes it's about the name. The Beats by Dre name means a lot. It's a fashion statement, and people are willing to spend a whole lot of money simply for that name. So start to create those competitive advantages within your business. so that you can offer that to your client. And trust me, I'm gonna tell you how I came about this, like how this really started to, how I really started to pay attention to this and where it helped. There was one major place where it helped. It helped when I got shopped a lot, and clients were like, well, this guy's cheaper. He's offering the same thing you're offering. If I can offer something he cannot match or come close to simply by naming it something different, then that's what I'll do. Especially if we work within this niche over and over again. I have the experience to create this product and say the reason we name it this is because we've created a product that's based on just your niche. That's helped companies in your niche go from X, Y to Z over and over again. That's what we do. That's why we created this product. He's just selling you video production. I can show you how I can get you a tripod for your iPhone and you can set it up and do the same thing. I literally come at people like that. What he's selling you is a tripod holding the phone, holding the camera. What we're selling you is a company that has experience working with your target audience, and all we work with is clients like yourself. One of my favorite scenes in the movie is, and some, those who talk to me know I like to talk about the movie 300, right? You ever see where they start to group with that other group, and he's like, what do you do? I'm a carpenter. What do you do? I milk cattle. And it's like, what do we do? And everybody like kill, like that's all they do. That's how you want to present your brand. That's all we do is help people like yourself. So make sure that you create those competitive advantages. Roderick said, what's the topic? The topic is competitive advantages. Hey guys, also keep in mind, I know a lot of people don't get notifications. Make sure you either join the text list or we have the same schedule every week. I do that because a lot of times people don't get the notifications and they're like, I missed it. So if you're listening on podcast, we do every Thursdays at 7 p.m. And Tuesdays at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, CST. So make sure you guys are, if you're not a part of the text list, make sure you guys, what time we do this every week. I try to be consistent because I know people like to build schedules around it and everything. I know I got a few people coming into the Zoom room. I'm gonna let y'all all in. We're gonna try the Zoom this week, so bear with me. We're gonna try it. Hopefully it's gonna work. It just may look bad, but it's gonna work. We got, the green room looking good, everybody chilling. I don't know if you guys can hear each other talk amongst yourself before we get ready to bring everybody in. So think about different ways. And I'm trying to plant the seed. I don't want to tell you exactly what to do. I'm not trying to be vague with you guys, but I want to make sure that whatever your niche is, you're thinking of ways to create competitive advantages. For those who are joining, I'm going to post, there's a quick 3-minute survey I would love for you to fill out about Flashform Academy so I can continue to bring you guys great content and stuff that help. I don't want to keep saying the same thing over and over again and it's not helping. I want to make sure we bring you stuff that help. It's a 3-minute survey. If you can knock it out, you can even knock it out while we chopping it up here talking. So definitely make sure you hit that like button. So think about it. If you do a lot of testimonial videos, right? Or I'll give you an example. We do a lot of brand videos, right? So what we do is we got what's called a flash brand, right? Which is a quick 15 to 30 second video talking about your brand. Even if we do a complete brand video, we like to do a quick intro, right? Just in case you have another video, or a lot of people who do presentations want to show a 15-second, this is who we are, 30-second, this is who we are, right? We create those alongside of your 2-minute brand video. That's an upsell or something we may throw in when you purchase the package, because we like to tell the story of different brands. And we do that. You need a long version, you need a short version, right? So depending on where they plan to show the video, they may plan to do, TikTok videos, and they want a 15-second snippet to come on. That's now their intro about their brand. So we want to make sure that we provide that. Those are little things that, hey, when you purchase a brand video for us, we're also going to include, a flash brand video. Well, what's that? The other guy just said they're just going to shoot our video and that's it. Oh, they're not giving you a flash brand? Oh, they must don't do this a lot. This must not be what they do. They must be, what did they say on the movie? Carpenters and, and goat milkers and all of that. All we do here is kill. So you got to keep that in mind when you're talking to your client, and be a little, listen, I'm not going to say be a little cocky, but be a little confident. Make sure you go and speak with your client and say, this is what we do. Those other guys you're talking to, they do everything. This is what we do. We help companies exactly in your field grow or do whatever their pain point is. And that's all we do. You wouldn't go to a doctor if you had a flat tire. When you work with those guys that do everything, they do everything. This is what we do. So make sure that is expressed when you talk to your client. That is a very strong value proposition. And it's something that a client will totally understand and get. And if your price is more than the guys that do everything, make sure that they understand this so that price won't scare them away. We're not Walmart. We specialize in this. If you want Walmart and you want guys, you know what type of customer service you're getting at Walmart. No disrespect to Walmart, but you know the difference between your customer service at McDonald's and Chick-fil-A, depending on where you are in the world. There's certain companies that are even fast food companies that offer just a high level of customer service. Their food is a little bit more expensive, and that's okay. I know when I leave a Chick-fil-A drive-through, my order is correct 98.5% of the time. I know when I leave a McDonald's drive-through, I'm going to go through that bag before I leave the window. I don't care how mad you are, because y'all always forget my apple pie. And nothing makes me mad than when I get home and I didn't open that bag up and I don't got my apple pie. You talking about rage. I'm fat. I'd be mad over stuff like that. Like skinny guys just be like, oh, no problem. Not me. I'm flipping tables. The kids know to go sit down. Don't mess with dad. He didn't get his apple pie. Nobody better not talk to. My mom called. I sent her the voicemail. I'm mad because I didn't get my apple pie. That's just me. That's a fat guy problem. Skinny people are like, what's the big deal? Not me. I was dreaming about that apple pie 3 hours before I ordered it. So for y'all not to have my apple pie, we got a problem. Let me just take a breathe for a second. I'm just, relapsing. Okay, we ain't gonna think about that, but you know the difference. So you want to make sure that you're viewed as the company that specialize, offer a high level of service, offer a great product, and this is what you do, and not a general company that can do what they need. Very important. If you guys are like, man, clients are not paying, they're not calling me back, they're shopping me around, they find a guy that was cheaper, yada yada yada, this will help you eliminate that or lower that. And help you become more consistent on closing deals, closing clients, and having clients go through the complete sales process. It's very important that you start to think of these. Remember I told you it's a bunch of little stuff. It's a whole bunch of little stuff. Here, put that on the screen because they're asking for it. It's a whole bunch of little stuff that's going to take you to the point where you're closing more sales, you're getting more leads, you're able to do this full time, and you'll get really good at going into, doing this as your full-time thing. Don't focus on the dollar amount. Focus on your ability to close a consistent amount of sales, right? Don't say I want to do 10,000 this week. Say I want to get 10 clients this week. Focus on that. That's what you should be focused on, not a dollar amount. Because once you start to close, you get used to closing clients. There are things you can do on your end to change your appearance, to add more value, to allow you to get that dollar amount. The dollar amount is easy. Closing the sales and getting the clients is the hard part. And if you focus on that, the dollars will come. Don't focus on the dollar amount. That would just drive you crazy. Focusing on the dollar amount would make you sound like a starving salesman that works on commission. And you won't think about how can I best solve their problem. You'll think about how can I get the most money out of them. And they can smell that. They can smell it. They know when you are after their wallet and when you are here to genuinely solve a problem. So always focus on bringing in clients and actually solving their problems. They will open their checkbook up to you if they love you. It'll be all open arms if you help them solve a problem. And then that helps you think about the long-term value of that client. It's not about what they spend today. It's going to be those slow months that they calling you and they're happy about something you did a month ago, that they're going to hire you to do a job to help you get through the month and pay your rent. Trust me, it's going to be, and those slow months usually happen around like holidays or like right after holiday, like January, February. Bills is, you didn't spend all this money for Christmas, and you notice they come out with 20 cameras between September and December. All the cameras in the world, all the new gear in the world come out, and NAB is in October this year. You're about to see another 3 to 5 new cameras between now and December. I guarantee you, probably 3 of them from Blackmagic alone. NAB in October, you're going to see a lot of cameras. Speaking of NAB, if you are a gold member, check out the meet and greet section. There's something special there for you. We're going, check that out if you can. Check out the meet and greet area in the gold member place, because we're going to turn up. Anyway, so you want to make sure that you have clients whose problems you've been solving. And even if you walk up to them and say, hey, I didn't have clients that I've solved problems for consistently, and I'll call them up randomly and say, hey, looking at your website, you guys haven't posted in about 2 weeks. What's up? Oh, well, hey, how about we set up a date? I come out, we shoot some footage, get things going. Cool. Send us the invoice, Ty, come on out. Just like that. I've called them and made a sale. So when a lot of photographers and videographers start talking about how can I make cold calls and how can I email and go into sales, you can't do it with people you don't know. You can definitely do it with clients whose problems you solved. If your doctor call you up and say, you know what, I was looking at your x-ray again from last year. Come on in. When can we set up an appointment? I want to see how the elbow healed. You'll be like, oh, the 25th. And you'll go right on in there. He's going to charge that insurance company, probably write you a prescription, give you another cast, set you up for some physical training, something. He's going to make some money off you. You never look at doctors as salesmen. You look at them as problem solvers, because they do a good job at solving your problem before selling you stuff. You know why they may write you an off-brand prescription? This is just like Claritin, because they're getting kickbacks and spiffs and they make more money off of it. The insurance company is giving them more money for saving them money on a prescription. All of those companies that create those medicines, they go talk to the doctors. That's why you see them with the pens and the clipboards, and they have all kind of swag in their office from all these drugs, because those companies say, write more prescriptions for this, doc, and we'll take care of you. Your doctor is a sales rep. He's just really good at it. He's really good at it. So you need to be viewed with the authority that your doctor is. But you can only do that if you approach your client with the idea of truly solving their problem. Why do you think Ritalin and all this ADHD medicine is flying off the shelf? Because as soon as your kid walk in there, they're getting big kickbacks. Oh, your kid can't stop blinking. ADHD, here. He won't act right in school. ADHD, here. They're getting all these kickbacks from it. And you start to see that sector that didn't exist. Nobody had ADHD 40 years ago. You was just bad. Those sectors that didn't exist start growing, and them companies are worth billions and trillions, because now your kid who's not interested in, reading Beowulf for the 18th time, he got ADHD. No, he just don't want to read this 1855 methods that you're teaching. He got ADHD, or he could just be bad. His mom's cuss out his dad every day. He want to go to school and replicate that. It happens. But your doctor is a great sales rep. He's a really good sales rep. Go in there next time. Next time you go to your doctor, right? And you're walking in the office, look at how many pens and stuff you see with drug names on it. Just look around at the swag. That tells you that the rep has been there. When they got all kind of stuff, they're giving away samples. And when you go to your dentist, they're usually giving away toothbrushes. What are they? Oral-B or some type of brand. They're giving stuff away. Try this toothpaste. They got a bucket full of stuff to give you, because their rep's been in there to sell them so that they can sell more. I see anybody who work in a dentist or doctor's office, tons of reps walk in pushing all kind of medicines and medications and trying to get doctors to write more of it. So, and they're visiting your health, the company that all your healthcare is going through. They're visiting them too. That's why they're hoping that, hey doc, we can't afford the real Claritins. Put them on something else. So it happens. But the thing that you need to take from it, and when you go in there and you look around and you see that, is you need to solve some problems as well as your doctor do, and still be a little bit of a sales rep. There's nothing wrong with that. but solve problems first. Work on how many clients you can close in a week, not how much money you'll make. That's the easy part. Scaling a client is easy. Closing a client is hard. Once they trust you and you've solved problems, they will. There's no way somebody can say, if I give you $100 and you give me back 500, I'm never going to come back to you. I'm going to be fighting to come back to you. And that's what they're doing, right? They're getting a return on their investment. They're getting a return on their investment. If you continue to provide a return on their investment, they will beg you to take their money. Period. There's something in your life right now that as soon as it pops up, you're begging them to take their money. I'm not saying that ADHD isn't real. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it wasn't around 40 years ago. Medication wasn't as prescribed as much about 40 years ago. There were other things. It was settled other ways. When did I get into the film industry? That's a great question. I've always been in it, if you ask me. It's always been a passion of mine. Always. Not taking nothing away from ADHD. Not at all. Not at all, Jose. I know people that suffer from it, PTSD, everything. So definitely, I totally understand. Let's take this off here. Let's start to bring people in. Let's go ahead and chop it up and bring on our Zoomers. We gonna bear with me here. We gonna do this live. So it's gonna look weird at first, but I'm gonna fix it. I promise you. Just give me a minute. So, all right, here we go. We gonna, this is the first time we gonna do this, and we gonna do it. Let's see if we can get it. See if we can get this popping. Let's see if we can get that popping. Boom, we gonna do it like that. We gonna zoom in, and we gonna keep rocking with it. All right, it's gonna be ghetto at first, but y'all ain't gonna be. Y'all gonna be laughing, but then it's gonna work, and then y'all gonna be like, okay, I gotta do it this way, because it's like 50 people that's like, you know what I'm saying? They like, yo, I can't put the chat on there because we talking about people. We don't need y'all to see how we talking about people. There we go. We don't need y'all to know all that. That way the chat stay private and people can keep talking. All right, everybody. Can y'all hear me loud and clear? All my Zoomers? I can't hear y'all. Let me make sure I can hear y'all. I got stuff in the way. I got this popping up.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Perfect.
I can hear you.
Perfect.
Loud and clear.
Loud and clear. Okay. How do y'all feel about offering the solution?
Yeah, it's what I try to do. I look at it as like a KPI type thing.
Mm-hmm.
Try focusing on that. Like the video is one thing, anybody can make a video, but if you're making that video tailored around whether or not it's them wanting to get more clicks to their site or more impressions to their event or whatever, that's why I tailor everything too.
Yeah.
And then I structure smaller things down, and that's all like in a bundle, or it's added value.
I like that. Added value. That's big. Added value is huge. That's something you should be talking about. You should be mentioning. You should be discussing ways to add more value. I think that's the thing. The biggest mindset sometimes to get people to shift out of is the mindset of just offering video. I'm just a videographer. I'm just here to film. I'm just here to take pictures. I'm just here to record a podcast. And getting people to shift over to the idea of being a content creator that provides a cinematic solution is everything. It is how you're going to go from pennies to dollars.
Yeah, I agree with that. Just real quick, like
Go for
I
it.
used to work for KCN, which is a TV station out of Temple, Texas. And so what we would do is we would sell them on the ad. Our what do you call them? They're called account executives, but they're sales reps. They sell them on the ad, but then they also sell them to sponsor the weather. And that would be added value.
Right.
They're only getting a graphic, they're not getting anything else, but they're paying more because they're getting that little bug for all of like 6 seconds. Same thing when we put like a little post on our website or like our social media. It's all down to added value, and it made money. Like the Big 12 would come up. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that tournament. That was like a 10 grand sell right there.
Wow. Where are you located?
Right now I'm in DC, but I do work in Killeen, Fort Hood area, DTC, Colorado, and Long Beach.
Because I wasn't going to guess, but it looked like you was in San Francisco, just behind you. Real
No, my house all jacked the fuck up. My house is so messed up. I got so many boxes. It's bad.
I was like, wow, she's live hanging off a helicopter in San Francisco overlooking the bay. We have people joining and they are just everywhere. Like, I'm just filming some helicopter footage.
Exactly. The weather is bright and sunny out here in San Francisco, Ty.
Live from our helicopter pilot in San Francisco right now. We need some helicopter sound effects.
Exactly.
That's what's up. I know, I was just messing with you. And we got Frozen that's in his room. He's just in the room chilling. Frozen like, man, I could have been in San Francisco. Frozen, we gotta get you a green screen. We're gonna have you coming from some interesting places. So, let's see. It's a question that popped up. Heath, if I said that right, I don't know. I kind of butchered that the way that graphic's popping up, but we're gonna roll with it. He says, I have autism, but I'm starting a production company. I've never been good with people. Is this an opportunity to learn, or should I? Whoa, that went away quick. To learn, or should I partner with someone that's good at that? Okay, I always say it's always, I never pay nobody to do anything unless I've learned how to do it myself, right? Because you don't know if they're wrong or not. Somebody can just tell you everything. So I try to learn as much as I can so that I can at least manage it. I have editors now, and I would hate to send them something and be like, this should be done in 2 hours. And I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like, it really takes 2 days, and it's just, it creates, you become a bad manager if you don't have some sort of idea. Oh, I'm running out of time. Some sort of idea. That's weird because it should have been upgraded. If you don't have some sort of idea on how to run it, like, you should have some sort of idea on how to run it. And if you don't, you're a bad manager. So I would try to learn it before I do anything. That's Zoom. We're gonna rock with it though. Another question that popped up was, she talked about how ADHD and other things are affecting entrepreneurs. That is big. That is big. I think that, this is the type of thing that is you have to be a people person. And if you're not a people person, it could be difficult because you have to talk to people. And Rodney's doing flips. You have to talk to people, and you have to, get on their good side. You can always hire a sales rep. You can always hire a sales rep to be a part of it. Definitely. Those are things that you definitely want to think about. This Zoom thing is a little weird, but we're gonna make it do what it do. So those are things you definitely want to, you gotta be a people person. Remember, I told you the most important thing in your bag is your personality, right? So you want to make sure that you work on at least offering something to get the people's attention so they can like you and they can, respect you a little bit, because you have to talk to people. We're solving problems. Keep that in mind. To solve problems, you got to talk to people. Go for it, Ronnie.
So number one, sorry about the flips and cartwheels I was doing.
Cool.
I think y'all can see that because I was trying to do stuff like in settings, so my bad. And the kind of, is it pronounced Lana? Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. So to kind of piggyback a little bit off of what Lana said as well in answer to like one of the questions you were posing regarding being a videographer versus being a production company or what have you, a strategist or a problem solver in general. I think one of the benefits that I've learned from you and from this community, excuse me, is that when you position yourself as whether it's a subject matter expert or at least a person that comes in and listens and asks the right questions and solves problems, that elevates you from being like a one-hit wonder to, hey, I need you right now. Can you come help us out? You're the one that's on call at that point, more so than somebody else just like, oh, we shot a video for you guys like, 2 years ago? Can you give us a call? Can you give us a chance to work again? No, you got somebody there that's like, look, you know what you did for us just elevated ourselves another 23%. It lowered our attrition rate by 15%. Customer satisfaction is through the roof now. Thank you guys so much. Anytime we need anything else, we're calling you because you guys solve our problems. That's something.
I like that. I like that a lot. So the Zoom part is acting real funny. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back to a standard view, and then we're gonna come back to the Zoom view. That's what we're gonna do, guys. So everybody's seeing. So give me 1 second. Let's do that. Because that's just weird that it's doing that. And then I'll give people a time to do that real quick. Yeah, so one of the things you want to keep that in mind, it's all about value, right? It's all about that value proposition. It's all about the value proposition. If you're not thinking about that, you can't ask for more money. If you don't provide value, you can't ask for more money, period. So before you start saying they're not paying me, I'm not getting what I want and all this stuff and all that, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen unless you offer value. So find ways to offer value. Right. A lot of people say, well, you know, I don't understand what value is. You understand what value is. You've just went on the receiving side of it. So you have to create it within your company. You have to create it within your company. Let me go back to the Zoom because it's going to be a little cricket, but we're going to rock with it. Oh, that's way off. Way off. I don't know why it's showing me, but it is what it is. So you want to make sure that, you know, you start to think about how your brand offers value. It's extremely important because a lot of people just going out here saying my camera quality is value, my this is value, my that is value. But is it valuable to your client? Is it valuable to your customer? Do your customer, you know, do your customer appreciate that? And what's valuable to you may not be valuable to your client. You're not the same, right? They're a different target audience than you are. They're not the same. Keep that in mind. That's why I tell people don't ask your mother because your mother's not your target audience. Ask your beta client. Allow your beta client to help you discover what they like and love. Let me see if we got any other questions that popped up. Let me see. Okay. Got the first part of the master course. Let's see. This is a good question that popped up. What suggestions for finding sales reps do you have? Where would you try to find potential employees? Fiverr wouldn't work for that. I would look on like Upwork or what's the other one? I keep the word Insight. It ain't Insight. It's what's the other job website? Not Monster.
Indeed.
Indeed. Yes, Indeed. The thing is this though. You're gonna have to do some training. Because you may get like it's rare and hard to find sales reps that has experience in this industry because there aren't a lot. And then you have to come up. For me, I don't have sales reps because most of it is marketing through my website and then they get to me. I'm like the top sales rep and I'd rather hand off the video aspect of it or photography aspect of it than the sales part because I know it. You're gonna have to do some training and you're gonna probably have to come up with a significant commission structure to bring on a sales rep. Another great way to get more clients in that way and to create sales reps is through referrals. Have people refer to you and they'll be your sales rep. Let them get a percentage or a dollar amount. If you're doing anything event related, you need to get with event planners. Anything event related, from photo booths to any type of event style content creation, you need to be best friends with event planners. They will keep your phone blowing up like crazy. And once you do for them, they will definitely jump in. You had a question? I'm sorry. Go for it.
I just want to mention too, to piggyback off what you said, like hotels and event venues, especially if they're city run, those people are always looking for people. Granted, like some of them will charge you to be part of their preferred directory. But if you do a little work for them in exchange, you can kind of get in there for free, especially if it's a government, like a conference center for your city or something like that. It's an easy way to get in.
I was going to say that's perfect. Yeah. We had a deal with 2 hotels and every time someone would book the hotel and get a conference room, we would be an upsell for that client to capture the event or capture the whole thing. So that's a great way to get in good with the hotel. That's a great way to do it. Just having that relationship with hotels that have conference rooms. Now, some hotels you may have, I forgot the company that covers a lot, PSAV, or there's a company that does nothing but hotel audio video. and they'll have a contract with the hotel, so they'll come in and wear all black and kind of represent the hotel and set up everything. They may send 1 or 2 guys just around audio for the room, just to set up lav mics if they're not recording. So that company usually does live events. They don't capture it. Sometimes they do. Or I've seen companies, you know, their packages may start at $50,000 to capture video. If we can come in at 40, we've saved the client $10,000 and we've made a lot. So just having that is a big deal. Even if you're a photographer, keep that in mind with hotels. When events get booked there, let them offer your services. If you're a headshot photographer, for some reason, we do a lot of corporate events and clients want to offer headshots to their guests or people, or they feel like we got everybody together at one time. This is the easiest time to get headshots for the company. I've had companies call me numerous times to do headshots on 1,500 people. That's a really nice check. If you're a headshot photographer and you're going to make it in a quick time, everybody's dressed up nice. If you're a headshot photographer, I would be at certain hotels like, yo, just put me on a list. Just offer it. Just offer it. You'd be surprised. So those are ways that we have seasons where hotels they blow us up, and we try to make it easy for them to go and post on our calendar and book us for certain things because we have structure-based pricing. They don't got to call us and see maybe we should. Nope. They can say, click, 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 click. That's your price. And sometimes we offer a kickback. Sometimes we don't, just depending on the client. Let me scoot this over.
Question for you, Ty, on that. When you offer those headshots, do you offer them at like the standard headshot rate, or do you give them a discount because there's so many people?
Definitely a discount.
I mean,
clients, I've had clients to say, I don't know how many, just bill us. We don't know how many people would come at, we got an event with 3,000 people. And for every tier that they move up, they get a discount, and they'll just say bill us. But these were big companies. Like we had a company that was an affiliate of like Capital One, and I'm not worried about billing those guys, even though we're not charging them $100 a headshot. If they bring, there was a time we had a 3-camera station of headshots going at the same time, and they rented us a whole separate like hall for us to run our setups. And we were just knocking them out. And we provided them with a shoot-proof gallery with everybody's headshot, so they can go in and just download their headshot. That way we're not trying to figure out who's who.
Oh, I was going to ask you that.
You'll get access to the company's headshot directory, and you'll be able to go pull yours. We've even had it where the digital download for a certain size, let's say we'll make it 2 inches or 3 inches by 3 inches, was available on Shootproof, but people can buy larger resolution at a later time, or they can buy prints straight from Shootproof, and we would make money on the back end. Shootproof. Yep. If you go to Flash Film Academy, there's like, if you click on tie gear and things, there's a link to get like 50% off or something like that. Where you can save some money. It's affiliate link. Let me make sure I'm clear on that. It is an affiliate link. You save.
High gear.
Yep. If you go up to the top of Flash Film Academy, I love Shootproof. I told people a story one time. I shot a surprise party that a family had for an older lady and I shot the pictures for it. And she ended up passing years later, and people went back to that gallery and they bought probably $2,000 worth of pictures just out of the blue. Wow. I'm just like, where is this coming from? Like, why are people? And I ended up contacting one of the people who set up the event, and they said she passed. But it was just because it was set up on Shootproof. I left the link up. They would always go in and access images. They just went and started buying stuff. So, and it's crazy because digital downloads for free. They could have took the picture and went to CVS or something, but it was so convenient that when they went into the gallery, it'll ask them, hey, do you want to get this on a shirt or whatever? And people started buying like crazy. I guess someone in their family recirculated the link and they started buying like crazy.
I got a question.
Go for it.
Kind of a little off topic, but it's within the same range. In the contract pack, I have a really bad experience that I'm dealing with right now where I agreed to shoot a wedding for a family member. He's really cool, and I don't know her, and she's not. And basically, she's Dinah Ross, and everyone else is the Supremes. That's just the way it is. And at this point, I'm trying to keep the peace, make him happy, and kind of be done with the situation.
Right.
So I made an agreement with him, and what I said to him was, even though you're my cousin, I'm gonna have to get you to sign off that this is the end of it. Like once I resolve this issue, you're not coming back to me for anything else. We're done here. Do you have a contract like that in the contract packs that basically says this resolves any and all going forward, or no?
Nothing that you can add in addition to the contract. Like the contract should state this is exactly what we're providing, no more, no less. I wouldn't want to have them sign something in addition to that. Like the contract itself should lock in all parameters.
Yeah, I just don't want her coming back because they have a contract now, and I'm like, if I hold you to this contract, you're screwed.
Where's my?
So I just want to make sure going forward.
I got something for that. They call it brass knuckles. I can't find them. They're around here somewhere. Yeah, that's what they are. That means don't come back with that.
Got right and the left.
Yeah, you just call it a 2-piece and a biscuit. There you go. It's rated G for everybody. These hands is rated G for everybody.
Never again. Never again. I can't tell you how many times I said, listen, if your name was Mr. and Mrs. Smith and not Mr. and Mrs. Duncanson, guess what? I would have told you, you signed the contract. It's up to industry standards. Yep. There's not a judge in America who said it did a bad job, and you're out of luck.
Family.
I said, but the only reason I'm doing this for you is because, you know what it's like. Yeah. You can't be Mr. Businessman with family. You have to try to be Mr. Diplomat.
Yeah.
So I'm not making this
mistake. They hate me. I'm Mr. Businessman. I didn't have family. You got to. We want to shoot a picture in the park. I do corporate, cousin. I'm sorry. Let me refer you to a guy. It's pictures is pictures. We just brought the baby home from that. We just want some really good pictures of the baby. Is the baby gonna be at a desk in some corporate office? And it's not gonna happen for me. I don't care. Like, cause you gotta cause family will do. I didn't got invited. My camera and got invited plenty of places. We doing this next week. Bring your camera. Are you inviting me? Or are you inviting my camera?
Yeah.
So it's just.
And if you show up with your iPhone, you get yelled at.
Right. Where your big camera at, cuz? I ain't about to bring all that and be working. Get out of here, fam. Nah. So you got to do it. It's just, it's sorry, not sorry. But, and I'm not mad at them. It's just people don't understand that perspective. It's kind of like if you're a mechanic and every time I wanted to see you, I got a broken car or something. Like, come on, like you just don't want to. I don't want to work on my day off. Like, leave me alone.
Yeah.
So sometimes you just have to set those parameters, or people they'll think that you, especially in this field, because everybody's like, it's so much fun. You just having fun all day. Like, I'm working, fam. Like, I'm hurting.
Yeah.
And people will just treat you like it'll be fun for you to take pictures at my party. Like, no, it won't. Like, I ain't about to come work at your party. You know what I'm saying?
Well.
Oh my God.
You had that happen?
I got a great story for this.
Oh, let's hear
so
it.
No poop. There it was, right? I thought I was being invited to a Christmas party like people. No. Turns out the girl was like, yeah, I'm going to set up a photo booth and you'll get paid in exposure. I'm like, girl, this is at your house. This is at your house with your friends. I ain't even getting fed. Wow. No. That was just hurtful. It was a Christmas party.
And they wanted you to sit in the corner with your camera while everybody else getting drunk and having. I hate that.
Oh my goodness. I don't have a sip of beer when I'm on a job. You know why?
Yeah.
You're not going to accuse me of being drunk or being unprofessional. Listen, I don't have a problem with alcohol, but I don't want you to even see me take it's like people, are you sure you don't? No, water is fine. That's all I need. Thank you. Nothing.
I want to tell you that I have always agreed with that, but there's been times where you just, there's been times where if you don't, hey, especially a photo booth, they be bringing so I have repeat photo booth clients. Like every year they throw the same parties and they're like, Ty, like here, like, you know what I'm saying? So photo booth, I just got to make sure that the props don't come up missing and the printer ain't jammed. So I may be sitting there like, y'all just go right in and go ahead. Like just hit the start button. You know what I'm saying? So, but usually when I'm doing photography and videography, it's a no-go. But you got to remember, I worked at TGI Fridays for years, and we would film drink training, right? And we'd have to make that drink 6 times. You're not about to pour that out, fam. We ain't about to pour that out 6 times. We would be in that mug by take 6, whatever the 6. We try to make them from lightest to strongest, because by the time we get to the strong drink, we in that mug like.
Wow.
So we would book them. We would always book the training videos on Fridays, like at like 3. So by the time 5 o'clock come, we are just.
Well, let me tell you my problem with this last one. It's not that I didn't meet industry standards. I actually exceeded industry standards. You know what the problem was? I didn't exceed her expectations.
Oh yeah, she's family. She expect everything. She expect $1 million worth of stuff for 2 easy payments of free $99. I never. That's why I don't. That's why I tell people 2 things: either don't work with family, refer somebody, or have a really. Your contract is gonna get. Listen, people. Let me tell you. Let me look into this camera and tell you. All of you guys who have bought contract packs, your contract is probably going to get tested more by family than by anybody. Your contract is going to get tested by family. They're going to test it. It may not be a court situation, but you may have to pull it out and point to something like, bruh, this is what, you know what I'm saying? You may not have to go to court and get in front of a judge. Your grandma may be the judge. Your aunt may be the judge. And you may have to lay it down and be like, this is what we agree. You know what I'm saying? Because they expect Transformers. They expect Avengers Part 6 with a Blair Witch Project budget.
Yeah, she got you on that cousin clause. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Cousin clause.
You see,
None of you I don't care how patient any of you all are. Nobody would have sat through what I sat through for 2 hours. It was like the Michael Corleone in the Senate hearings. I kid you not. We were on Zoom, and she has me going through every picture, and she's asking me questions, waiting for me to tell her I don't know why I did that. And I'm like, no, I got that out of focus intentionally. It's foreground blur. It's artistic expression. Right. And if you don't like it, that's up to you. But I liked it, and you trusted me to shoot your wedding based on my judgment. Why is such and such out of focus? Well, I had 2 options here. I could open the iris all the way up and make him out of focus and put my main subject in focus, or I could have bumped the ISO up, turn the iris down, and you would have had a grainy photo. I figured between the 2 of those things, you'd rather have him out of focus in a bright photo. Why isn't my brother? Why weren't there any pictures of my brother posed with me? I said, I got 10 pictures with your brother walking down the aisle, all different specs, but I wanted a posed picture. I said, Felicia, I don't want to say her name. I said, yo, I'm a 300-pound, 6'1" black man. You think it's hard to tap me on the shoulder, hard to find? Tap me on the shoulder and say, you want this picture? She had nothing to say. She was basically going through every picture, trying to pull, and I eventually started reading out contract language to her. And then she rolled her eyes and got up and walked away, because it's largely in our favor. The contracts, they're really one-sided.
They're designed to be in your favor. They're designed to be in your favor. I had a client get mad because their shirt was wrinkled after the wedding. Like, they were mad. Like, you should have stopped everything and told him to pull his shirt down. Like, what? Y'all scheduled 30 minutes between the wedding and when you're supposed to show up at the reception to take 50,000 pictures. Like, no, I don't got time for that. I'm going to tell you another story, another tie tale. This was a friend of a friend's wedding. So, shot a wedding, and I'm back with the bridesmaids. They turning up. The guys are boring. They're just like, all right, you've been sentenced to life today. The girls are in the back turning up. You know what I'm saying? The guys are acting like they're about to go in front of a judge, and it's cool. It's cool. The ladies are partying. They were doing shots. And they were playing shots. They're getting toe up. Makeup on, and we're getting ready to go out, and the bride is feeling it. Like, she getting ready to cry. Like, it's coming. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they fanning her and everything. When that door opened up and she was going to walk out, she started crying. And I'm talking about ugly face cry. You know when you hit your toe and you feel like it's about to hurt, but the feeling ain't got there yet? Like, when you hit your toe on the corner of the bed and it's about to hurt, and you just like, she had the ugly face cry the whole walk down the aisle. And makeup was running and smearing, and she was not like cute crying, like patting it. Girls be patting it and they be cool. She was like, it was, and so, all her pictures was like that. Like, what you want me to do? Like, what you want me to do? Like the groom was turning around. He was like, I know what I got. It's all good. Like, calm down. This ain't the first time. And all her pictures were like that. Her makeup was running, and she was just like, Like even as he was like saying the vows to her and he's holding her hand and she's just like every picture. Like I think I got a picture with a straight face because I had it on, I was hitting her with the burst and she was about to sneeze. And that was the only picture where she was just like, and she sneezed, and it was just, the whole wedding was like that. So the family, the groom was like, dude, I get it. Her parents were like, I was like, were you there? You were there. You had to see that. There was nothing I could do. That was just her. That was it. Don't get mad at me. There's nothing I can do about it. Like, so
what do you do in that situation?
You deliver the pictures and collect the rest of your money.
Like, oh, looking like that.
She was making this noise.
You know what I would offer? I would offer an upsell. Listen, get that gown out from the dry cleaners, girl, and you go rent that tux, and for another $1,000, we take those pictures again.
I was just gonna Photoshop it. Or send me a picture of you smiling. I'm gonna Photoshop it on here.
Oh my gosh!
I'm not doing nothing. What else can I do? It's not my fault. Like,
no, I'm saying. What do you do in that situation other than Alex over here?
Rodney, this is what you do.
Upsell, baby. Upsell.
This is what you do. You deliver the images and tell them thank you. Tell them I had a great time. The food was good. The cake was delicious. Okay. Here's your. Even during they had the first dance. She was toasted by then, bro. They was holding her up. It was like, what was it? What's that? Bernie's weekend at Bernie's. It was like that. Like they were just holding her up, and she was just like it was. She probably don't remember none of it. I know she was mad because she was halfway through the reception when it was time for the first meal. She was in the corner getting fans. She was out of there.
Oh,
they were just.
How do you do that at your own wedding?
They were just rubbing cake on her face, and she was just like, "Yeah, okay." They were supposed to do the cake. They just rubbed it on her face. She stayed with cake on her face till it dried up.
I don't understand at your own wedding how you do
she
that.
Was lit, bro. Like
they rubbed cake on her face, the bride's face.
Yep. She was already passed out. They was like, "We're gonna do this with you or without you." They was propping her up. The bridesmaids was propping her up, and the groom was just like rubbing cake on her face. She
Please tell me you took pictures of that.
Oh, I got pictures of it.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I got pictures of it. You ever see somebody like a fighter like be knocked out and he gets smelling sauce and he waking up? Like that's how she was to ice, and like they was just smearing it. And she was just like she was being waterboarded and she was trying to fight it. Like that's how she was coming back. She was spitting out icing and everything. And they were like, prop her up.
Wow. The groom was helping with this.
Yeah, the groom was like, she always liked this. I love her. I was like, Uncle, that's real love. Hope somebody loved me like that one day. But it was, yeah, it was bad. But it was great images, for me. I was like, I'm just going to take pictures. We're going to capture it. And I delivered them. The mama was mad because she paid for it, but it is what it is. What can you do? No cry clause. That's right. Josh say no cry clause. That's absolutely right. Jose said, I was at a wedding this past weekend and a couple hired a girl to take pictures, and on her wrist she had a phone getting everybody's phone number. And the app will identify your face in the text. I've seen stuff like that. I've seen stuff like that for marketing. If you look at one of my quick tips of the week, I tell you to get a QR code, right? Get a board that says scan here to see the pictures. Get a QR code that takes them to a pre-made shoot-proof gallery where they can join the list. That way you can market to them and they can be notified when pictures go live. And you have an email list of people you can market to. I especially do that when I do photo booths and people want to download their picture. I'll give you your picture, but you're going to give me a name to market to because you're a client that's already used my booth. You like it. You got an event coming up and I'm going to market to you. So to get this free digital download, you're going to have to give me your email address and or phone number. It's just it's just a great way to market it. So if you look at quick tips of the week, when I was doing them, there's one that tell you to get a QR code, get a board, get a pre-made printed board that says, hey, for a copy of your images, scan here, and then you can print a new QR code to pop on it every time. And I'll set it up on a little easel and people come in and they'll join the list and I'll market to those people because they're already great clients because they've seen your work. They know what it's like to work with you and they will definitely contact you. So that's just a great tip that you can use. That's photojournalism for weddings. It's some stuff. It's yeah. Josh said they both not married no more. I feel it in my spirit. I think they still married. I think those are the couples that stick together. And dude was like, hey, just roll her out here, bro. I got her. All of the pictures are bridesmaids. Like they try to pose it like they was like around her. They was propping her up. She was like, oh, they're like, turn her head. Like it was bad. But
I don't know how you do that.
Oh, you know how I do it? I think about the check.
Yeah. I mean them. Like you spend 30,000, 50,000 for the day, and you like that. That's the way it's gonna be. Oh, come on, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
it's horrible.
people's mentalities, man.
In my mind, I was like this. I was like, yeah, like I was like,
oh wow.
this is prop money. Please don't please don't run up and try to, you know what I'm saying, prop money.
I was wondering.
Not counterfeit.
I was wondering about that.
This is prop money.
Really wondering about that when you showed that up.
Yeah. This is prop money.
When you showed up with that, it's like on your story, exactly. It's like, are you sure you wanted to be posting that online, man? Somebody was gonna find out who you are.
Well, people were motivated. People were motivated.
I know he needs bodyguards right now. So, like I said, just give me a forwarding PO box for that cornbread.
You'd be surprised at how much you can motivate people with fake money. This is movie money. It says it for use in motion pictures. Let's see if we can get that to pop up. See right there?
Oh wow!
There you go.
Wow,
you like that?
So they really don't use the real stuff in motion pictures.
Next time,
it's a felony. That's why.
Yeah,
because you can't print fake money.
Yep.
It's like one place in all of the U.S. can do it because they have to get special permission from the Treasury Department?
Yep. Hey, put scan $1 into Photoshop and watch what happens.
Wow.
So this was used for a movie we shot a while back called Pressure. If you go to Flash Film TV, YouTube, it's a movie we shot called Pressure. I just kept it because, you know what I'm saying, it makes me feel good. It's motivational. You can motivate a lot of people with fake money. So remember I tell you your goals, chase your goals, get tangible items that you can put in front of you every day so that you can chase your goals. I practice my Oscar speech all the time like this. I want to thank my mama, the real cute girl in the front row. I want to thank everything. That's how you do it. So that's how you chase your dreams, man. You start getting tangible stuff, you start wanting to do it. But yeah, I got this for a movie we shot. I still use it for whenever somebody it's an upsell for rap videos. If I ever do a video, it's an upsell. We can bring in a whole lot of money, fake money. So the next time you see your favorite artist pose with a lot of money, look real closely. A lot of times it'll say for use with motion pictures or something like that.
And then we wonder why they'll get robbed when they go back to their old neighborhoods.
Yep. We wonder why they can't afford to shoot, real videos and stuff, but they got the fake money. I got this money and you ain't, I had to bug you for my retainer. So that's why. Mike says, Flash from Academy turned a beta into a retainer. 31-minute highlight video, now 9 1-minute highlight videos for $2,700. That's what I'm talking about. I love those wins. Love those wins. Where's my other?
Yo, I got a win. I don't know if you guys went over wins so far.
No, let's talk about wins. Let's go for it.
I got a win. Remember that dude I was telling you about with the he called me up and said, "Wow, you answered the phone." Mm-hmm. You remember? And because he qualified by the production company, so he went and checked my references. He went and spoke to 3 clients that I had, and they said great things. I decided even though he did that, and he was very diligent. He got back to me and said, I spoke to your references. I was impressed. I'm busy right now, but I didn't forget about you. I'll call you. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm sweating this. I want it, but I'm not going to bother him. So I decided in my mind, I'm not calling him all this week because he told me he's busy. And if I don't hear from him by Friday, I'll call him on Monday and follow up with him. That way, he knows I care.
Right.
So today I'm in the car. Phone rings. It's him. I act like I didn't know it was him, CSM Productions. and I was like, he says to me, Alex, don't forget about me. Don't forget about. I said, forget about you. I didn't want to harass you. So he's going over this weekend. He's going over my contract proposal, and he's going to circle all the add-ons, all the upsells, all that stuff. And then next week, the retainer. and we're gonna sign the deal, and we're gonna move forward. So
That's what I'm talking
we're talking about anywhere from 4 to 5 figures on this. It depends on what he upsells, but the base is going to be no less than 4.
Perfect. Hey, next time, I'm gonna tell you what you do next time. Ask him, how can you make things like what can I do on my end to prepare for it? That'll kind of get the ball rolling a little bit. What can I do on my end to to prepare? I know I'm gonna hear from you next week and want to get the ball rolling, but what can I do on my end to make things easier to prepare for it? And just let them tell you, because they'll lay out, oh, I'm just trying to get this in order, and you'll be able to come back and say, oh, we can do that. We're a turnkey solution. We can get started on writing it. Let me send you out the retainer or whatever, and we can just do the writing portion. Or, even if you got to send them, sometimes before clients even, just to show them that I'm legit, sometimes we've sent out questionnaires. If they're like, oh, we just trying to develop the script, we'll send out a questionnaire, right? Just to get them writing, just to have them, start to work with us, even though we're going to charge them for it later, just to get the ball rolling. They'll send it back like, this is what we got in mind. Perfect. Let me send you out the contracts now, because I want to get started on it, but we don't want to, lawyers do that, right? Lawyers ask you for your information and learn about your case before they ask you for a retainer. So it's something I kind of took from a lawyer. Hey, let me get the information I need so we can see if we're even a right fit for you. And lawyers will have you fill out information and go get all this paperwork to send, and they'll put it on their desk and be like, and some of them will look at it. Why does it keep saying this? That's weird. I got the pro plan. Some of them will look at it, and they will get back with you, and some of them will just send out contracts at that point. So something to definitely think about. That's weird. Am I not signed in to the right thing? Anyway, so that's something that you can do to kind of say, okay, let's figure this out. So that is a way you can kind of push and get the ball rolling on that. Because a lot of clients, sometimes they don't understand. They think you're just a camera guy, right? They don't understand that you're about to provide a solution. They don't understand that you're there to make their life easier. So it's also a way to show value. It's also something you can do to show value. So keep that in mind as you start to work with clients that may do that really want to work with you, but they got a lot on their plate. How can I make your life easier? So that's definitely something that has helped me close sales, or at least you get clients filling out so much. I'm gonna say filling out so much paperwork, but you get clients that get halfway in the process and start to think about what they want. And even if there was somebody else who was interested, or they kind of had their eye on, they feel committed to the project, and they're like, well, I done already started here. I'm gonna keep rocking with them. Especially once they get pricing and things like that. So yeah, those are ways that can really, really, really. It's about adding that value. Those are things that are very valuable that you have to think about. Any other wins?
It's not a win per se. I don't know if it's considered a win, but I'm grinding away like usual and stuff like that. And I was the morale was a little bit low, but then you had your story up, and then the one that got me was like, it's never too late, because that was rolling through my head. It's like, oh crap, I need to do this. I don't have that yet. I was like, oh, I need to do this part before this part, and when I start thinking in my head, that's when it really, really, really bogs me down. But your story about it's never too late. It's like you're running your race. Right. And that just like put me up to like, okay, fine. You know what? F my head. I'm just gonna do my thing. And it's man, I appreciate that. That it came at the right time, because it was getting me down in a really bad way. So
think about it like this, right? You look at some of how did that pop up? Look at Morgan Freeman's story. Look at Harrison Ford's story. They didn't get started till they were like 50, bro. They didn't get started till they were like, it's never too late. As long as you can still move, kick, breathe, go for it. It's never too late. It may be too late for you to go to the NBA, and that's cool. I feel the same way. Listen, the scouts ain't watching me. My fadeaway ain't what it used to be. You know what I'm saying? My crossover done got slow. I may not be able to go, but you can still go as a coach. There's ways to get in that thing. You know what I'm saying? It's never too late in this industry. Never too late in this industry. You know, keep that in mind. So I have to preach that because often people we feel sorry for ourselves. We feel sorry for ourselves. So and we you know, we look for ways to not apply pressure. But it's never too late. It's all about how bad you want it. So you know, keep that in mind. Somebody got a little feedback. So I have to preach that because often let me get that set up. Let me go here real quick. And I want you guys to keep that in mind. You know, it's never too late. It's never too late. I want you to keep working and keep doing what you got to do in order to grow, because a lot of people don't, you know, a lot of people are told. And one thing I learned when I was working with, I remember I was working with a gentleman that had hired me years ago to help him set up his computer back when I was selling computers. And he was like a 55-year-old guy. He was from Ghana, named Easy, good friend of mine. He said, I don't know, you Americans, you're different. Y'all stop going to school. Y'all think y'all too old to go to school. And I'm like, huh? He's like, I'm 55 and I'm still trying to go to school. I still want to learn. He's like, you Americans get to a point where you think that you are too old to go to school. I'm like, wow, I never thought about that. Alex, the link is for Zoom. It's in the Gold Member lecture. So it was, I never thought about that. It was something that I wanted to make sure that I continue to, you know, just keep in mind. I want to keep in mind that I'm never too old to do it. And I'm never too old to learn and to, you know, just take things to the next level. I think, and this is something you got to think about, right? This is my analogy here. It's, you only gonna hear it here. You're not gonna hear it nowhere else. I made this up. So it's not a scientific fact, but this is just my analogy, things that I made up. The Millennial Generation is the first generation that has more change than tradition, right? It's the first generation where it's been 50, I would say 60-40. So 60% of our lives, we've changed things. The previous generation didn't have that, right? If they had a record player, they had a record player for 30 years. They had a house phone. They had a house phone for 30, 40 years, tapes for 20 years. The millennials is the first generation that we went from tapes to mini discs, to CDs, to MP. Like we've been forced to change. You can be our older generation, a fad can come out and they like, I ain't gonna work with that. I'm just gonna go do this. That's why they kind of looked at computers like, I ain't no computer guy. I ain't think about that. Our generation is the first generation that's like, you have to touch this computer. You don't have a choice. And not only do you got to touch it, you got to go from Windows 3.1 to Windows 95 to Windows 98 to Windows. You have to progress. The older generation, our parents, didn't have to. That's why it's a lot harder for them to make the changes. You know, they got stuff and that was for 40 years old, like a remote to their TV, and it was like, that's it. They had small changes. The next generation is even more change and less tradition, right? They want to change even faster. They don't care about how we did it. Every generation that come out after that is going to be more and more change and less tradition. That's why whoever was the first college football school to say, you know what, I'm gonna give y'all crazy football jerseys. They started recruiting companies, schools like Oregon that came out of nowhere. Nobody wanted to go play for Oregon, but Oregon had the dopest uniforms. So they were able to recruit younger people more because younger people didn't care about the tradition of a school. They didn't care about all the old buildings. They cared about playing football in these dope jerseys and these dope helmets. So they started being more attractive to younger people. They didn't do it. They was like, Oregon, what we gonna do in Oregon? Who knows? But we get to look fly while we on the football field or basketball field or volleyball field. So they started attracting really good athletes that were younger that cared about this. And then you start seeing colleges do it like Maryland, and the colleges that are stuck in tradition and only got 2 uniforms and they're boring and old and they still got that one stripe, they're having problems recruiting. So the younger the generation, the more they're more innovation than tradition. The millennials, we're the last one. We're the closest to 50-50. We like doing stuff the way they were. Younger generations question everything. What is Halloween? You know what I'm saying? So that's when it comes to creating content, those are things you need to keep in mind depending on who your target audience is. If you're working with dentists and they're older, tradition may work with them. If you're working with a younger crowd, it's all about innovation. And that's the case when it comes to working with technology. That's why people like babies. It's amazing how babies can just pick up stuff and use it. They're not afraid to push buttons. The older crew, they're afraid to push buttons on that remote. They're like, we got 8 buttons, one of them to cut it off. I don't want to figure it out. Kids just push everything. They drag and drop and swipe and they don't care. By the time they did everything, they know what it is. By the time, you see them work it, they just know it. They're just not afraid. They're fearless. It's all about tradition. Back in the day, the only button that our older generation had or lever was something you were not to push or pull. It was a fire lever, or in a case of emergency, press this button. And they're like, I ain't pushing nothing. I ain't about to learn none of this. So make sure that as you grow, if you're millennial or younger, even if you're older than that, you're mindful of the idea of innovation. Don't be afraid to innovate. Don't be afraid to learn something new. Don't be afraid to have to figure something out. Don't be afraid to test yourself. And it's okay if you don't get it. Rodney can tell you, we just spent hours, Rodney and Jim, trying to figure something out for the live today. I'm like, all right, well, I don't get it, but I'm gonna learn it. So never cut that part of being curious and learning off, because you're going to need it. Or you're gonna be the old guy who don't touch computers, who hoping and wishing that people do fill this out and do all this, and you don't want to be that guy. Still buying movie tickets at the counter, hoping, calling a number. Remember you used to have to call a number to hear when the movie start? You got to be a certain age to remember that. When you had to call and wait.
No, I don't remember.
You don't remember?
Movie phone.
No, I remember.
Now you can just go to apps and see when stuff starts. But you used to have to call a number and just wait. There's a recording. It was a voicemail. If you want to see Batman with Val Kilmer or whatever, it starts at 8:13 or 8:15, 9 o'clock. 10 o'clock, 10:30. You have to wait till your movie come. Like TV guides, right? You have to wait until your stuff show up. Now y'all can just go see what's on. Back in the day, anyway, I'm just showing my age. There's people older than me. Like, I remember when. But, it just show you how things change. And you got to be prepared for it.
I told my son, NBA used to be where actually I come to a team. We don't win until they build a team around me. I said, imagine if Michael Jordan jumped in with Larry Bird, Magic Johnson. He had 20 championships.
Yeah.
It's not the way it used to. It used to be you had to actually grow with your team. That's why there's guys like Charles Barkley and Patrick Ewing don't have rings. They didn't go join superstars. There was no, I told them things have changed, man.
I think they regret it, though. I think Barkley and them regret it. Because if you ever watch TNT, man, Shaq be lighting Barkley up. Boy, I love it when he talk rings. I don't know if all my sports fans that watch NBA, Shaq be lighting. That's why you ain't getting no rings, Chuck. That's why you ain't getting no. He be lighting. He be lighting.
My thing is, Shaq was the centerpiece, and they built teams around him.
Absolutely.
I didn't see Shaq jumping from team to team to say who's got the best chance to win this year. Let's go do that.
Look what they did when they brought him over to Lakers, though, with Kobe. Don't forget about that.
Yeah, he probably was. Yeah.
There was a reason to bring him over, but I see what you're saying though. Like, not, hey, look, you know what? We got Shaq. We're just gonna build everything around, or not that. But he wasn't like hopping like 5 franchises in 2 years. He wasn't.
My whole thing is, Rodney, listen, you're a free agent next year. I'm a free agent next year. Let's both go to this destination. That to me is like, come on. You know what I'm saying? that's
he didn't play for many. He did not. I think he played for what? He was with the Magic, the Lakers, and I think the Suns.
Celtics.
Yeah.
He was with a few guys. He was with the
when he was finishing up. I think it was with the Suns, which is weird enough because that's Barkley, but interesting.
Alex, I know Alex was trying to get on. You should have access now, Alex. I just seen that. My bad on the last. You should have access to it now. You should be able to come on in.
Get on here, Ernie. Come on, Ernie.
Chuck, this one ain't got no rings, Chuck. Chuck, you don't know what you're talking about. That's when you're gonna. I'll be like, wow, this guy is just.
He throws it down though. But what I love about Shaq though, man, is that of all the jokes that we make about him with free throws and just anything and everything, the man literally practicing what you preach about it's never too late, went back to school.
Oh yeah, you have to.
Got his degree.
Yeah, you have to keep doing it.
And masters, if I remember correctly, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So, yeah, I mean, businesses and philanthropy and all. You know, I respect and admire it. I really do.
The moment you stop growing, you stop living. You gotta keep. You know what I mean? You gotta keep. For some reason, I don't. Some people just I don't like people who just give up and can't do stuff. Yes. It's too much information out here for you to learn it. Like it's a choice now. I get it. Back in the 80s, if you had a broken refrigerator, you had to call the guy to come fix it. Now you can YouTube it, Google it, and find 10 different ways to fix it. If you don't want to, just say I don't want to do it, and that's fine. But the information is there. I remember we used to buy these big old books at AutoZone to learn how to fix stuff on the car, and it was just you had to buy that big old huge book so that you can learn how to fix stuff. You know, you can learn what screwdriver was needed to remove this screw, and now it's all on YouTube. So
Toyota Celica from 1997 to 1999, model number, blah, blah. And yeah, that was crazy.
Absolutely. So, you know, make sure that's popping up and everybody can get in. Absolutely. Make sure we got, it's 6 people in the room. Okay. All right. They just got the camera off. When I got the camera off, it don't show them. But those are things that I want you to think about. Let me go back to the original topic because I want to kind of ask people to post their niche and let's think of some competitive advantages. Now we're gonna talk about basketball. We should in the after party we're gonna probably talk about basketball. I ain't gonna lie. Remember when you on the internet and you couldn't use the phone? Absolutely. I had 2 lines. I was the internet guy, so I had 2 lines in my house so that I can get on the internet.
Ballin'.
That's right. Don't let me connect both to the 2 different modems to the same computer, 2 lines. I was getting that fast internet back in the day. But
56K was the
man.
Oh,
when
man.
56K dropped, you couldn't tell me nothing, bro. It took me a good hour to download the MP3. That was fast. Good hour.
Yeah.
I would have a separate line so I could set it up all night to just download all my songs. I'll wake up to a good 8-9 new songs.
What was that thing? It was the handshake and it would say, "You are on." Is that what it do?
It'd be like, welcome.
It was like that.
AOL, welcome.
AOL,
Yeah.
America Online.
Go do your research.
Yeah.
Go do your research, y'all. AOL was the truth back in the day. You ain't have
I remember it. I remember getting a computer that had a 10 gig hard drive, and that was big.
Yeah, I had a Packard
hard
Bell.
drive was 10 gigs.
Kids, let me tell you something. Back in the day, if a girl told you she was cute on the internet, you just had to believe her. It wasn't no pictures. there was no pictures. You just believed her. She said she looked like this and that, and you was like, okay. You just believed her.
Give me your ASL. Give me your ASL.
Yep. They don't know what that is. So do your research.
Don't do that, Michael. Stop it.
Hey. He brought it up. Let me
break down what ASL.
He brought it up.
Let me just break down what ASL means because there's some people that's like, what is that? Like ASLs when you go in the chat room and it's age, sex, location. You post it. It's okay. My niche is car dealerships. No, not for sales though. A Messenger is big too. Cannabis photography. So think about. Okay. Let's talk about cannabis. Kim, what's going on? Big shout out to you. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. If my niche was cannabis photography, I would have like a chronic package. I would have them named after different stuff. I would have perp. You want the perp package? What you want? I would have it. I'm just gonna be real with you. I would totally do that. I would totally have packages built around the cannabis industry that we can offer. Go for it, Mike.
So I just want to put in some 411 on that. So I'm in Washington State, and of course, cannabis is legal here. Having content for cannabis for cannabis owners and photographers, you want to make content, that's all fine and dandy. The biggest thing is though, you cannot market it because the federal government has a lockdown on that. Like Facebook, Google ads, they don't want anything related to cannabis or vapor. So if a cannabis distribution business said, "Hey, I want to put this on Facebook and can you put these on ads?" You can't do that, but you could produce content for them, but put it on their website and stuff like that.
But I mean, I think the loophole to that is like,
I don't disagree with you. There are loopholes. I don't know.
Think about Dr. Dre's The Chronic. There's marketing with that. He wasn't really pushing real,
drugs. But that was like 20. That was 20 years ago.
You do have a point there.
It was 20 years ago, and I don't know. I'm not the 411 on it, but I was thinking like you could go back several lives where I wanted to get into cannabis, and it really made me think about like, I'm gonna have to hold back on that. I'm waiting for the federal government to finally change their mind to make it federal.
All right, let's talk.
Exactly.
Let's talk about. Yeah. I mean, I feel you. I'm sure we gotta. I'm gonna have to look into it. I mean, I feel what you're saying. I just feel like, man, it gotta be a way we can. It got to be a way that can go down.
I don't know on top of my head, but
right.
I mean, remember earlier in the year when they had that whole Clubhouse had like several clubhouses on just cannabis marketing strategies. That was one of the Clubhouse. So it's like, how do you market this without getting in trouble?
How is Clubhouse doing right now? Did you see the new Facebook version of Clubhouse?
No, I don't know.
Yeah, Facebook got their own audio thing. They're just ruthless, man. They'll steal your stuff in a heartbeat. Yeah, Alex, check your messages on the community. Yeah, Kim, you're on your own. I'm sorry, FBI is, outside, but yeah. They're just, She has great images, though. I've seen her images. They're great. They're excellent. Post it if you can. We'd love to see. If you can, I don't want you to FBI to be at your house, but that's not my thing. But however, that still looks great. Let's see. I'm in the Bronx. I serve lower price. Uh-oh, that's why it ain't working. Okay, bless your heart. Yeah, that ain't the way to go. We're gonna have to figure it out. Yeah, that's that.
When you said check your message in the community, you're talking to me.
I'm sorry, not you. The other Alex. The other Alex was trying to get in. I'm sorry.
I sent you an email.
I'm sorry.
That's why I figured you were saying that. No problem.
I'm talking to the other Alex. He was trying to get in.
Okay. Mr. Minor?
Yes. There you go. Okay.
He's getting ready for you. He's getting ready for you, Boca.
He's getting ready.
You got to hit that joint with the camera. Okay, there we go. Live.
Here we go.
Live from the Kirk Franklin Studios. That's a great shot you got there, buddy.
Well,
Good soft light.
Show up.
I like
that does look good behind him. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Really shot.
You got some good stuff set up there, man. Got to come over there with my camera now.
They blurred yours out, Mike. They blurred you out.
Oh man. Hey Alex, I'm digging your new mic, just say.
Yeah.
What lens you got, Mike?
Typical 24-70. It's just Canon.
You got Canon? What about you, Alex? What you rocking?
GH5.
What about with the lens? What's the glass?
It's a 17 millimeter Mitacon f/0.95.
I just okay.
He was happy to say it 0.9.
No, yeah, he put that zero, like zero.
If you're not reporting live from San Francisco helicopter, I don't even touch what she doing. Like she got $1 million worth of equipment. She's above the Golden Gate Bridge, fellas. Like,
oh my God.
Y'all can try.
My question to you two is on these cameras you're using, obviously full frame cameras.
Nope.
How are you mounting
Micro Four Thirds, baby?
He's got Micro
Four Thirds or full frame 35 millimeter. How are you mounting that camera above your screen? Are you using a tripod? What are you doing?
Oh, my screen is behind the camera. I've got a what do they call it? Stand sit desk, and I just got like a tabletop tripod.
I see.
He's just looking into the camera. I just got a teleprompter that'll show my actual screen so I can see my comments and stuff here and look into it. Other than that, I'm just real good at just doing this. But Yeah. But the question is the Golden Gate Bridge. Like, how are you able to where's the pilot? And I mean, those are the questions we got.
It's just backgrounds. Besides, this isn't actually a DSLR. It's just the Logitech camera.
Don't tell them your secrets. They're gonna be biting it.
Hey, you don't want that. You don't want
to
that.
steal. There's a million people watching. Don't tell your secrets now. keep that for the after hour. Then you can tell the secrets, but don't tell them because they're gonna be out doing it. It's all good.
Yo, I got a privacy screen. Just came from B&H.
Oh wait, I thought you were blocking it for real. Go ahead.
No. What happened was I'm going to be doing some interviews, and sometimes I have to have serious conversations with clients about contracts and stuff. I don't want my DW showing because then they think, oh, this is, So it's a privacy screen actually sits in the back of my chair, and it puts like a white dome over everything, so it looks like I'm up against a plain background, and it sits right on the back of my chair. Yeah. So when I got it was like I think it was about $90 from B&H.
When you get that set up, post that in the community. I'd love to see it.
Absolutely.
I've seen those on like Amazon and stuff.
The one I got was like it's a little bit legit. Like there's a green screen one and it's got the white. But this is not like one of those, what I'm talking about. Sometimes you get stuff on Amazon and it's not really. This is like the professional. I paid, and it actually folds down like you would the reflect, when you have the diffusers and it folds up with that kind of tension. And then you basically flare it out in your chair, and you're like a puffer fish with just white. So maybe I'll set it up while we're on this thing, and you can see how well it works.
Yeah, show the people.
I got a question for Alex. What lights are you got back there? Because I'm interested.
What lights? I got
LEDs back there.
Wait, you got to say which Alex. Well, you got to say which Alex. That's not like a
my bad
jukebox back there.
It's like 4 different tube lights. Then I got I'll just show y'all. Well, hold on a second.
I got to change the focus. You got that man working.
Okay.
Yeah, so I got it. They got magnets on the back, so I got a metal shelf, so they can just hang on the shelf. That's like a keyboard with a bunch of colored lights. So I just tilt that out up there, and then and then there's I'm pointing backwards. So there's a purple light right there, and then I got all the way in the corner behind my Megazord. There's a little blue light.
Talk about purple haze. That's what's going on.
I know.
That's what's going on there. Listen, this is a time you come on live. This is a time you can practice your testimonial shots. You can practice your talking head shots. Get that light real nice and soft and straight to jump on here. I mean, unless you got a webcam, you cool. Unless you got a webcam, you're reporting from the Golden Gate Bridge, then we can't ask no more. But the rest of y'all who using DSLRs, I mean,
reporting live.
Exactly.
From a helicopter that has not moved 1 inch. That pilot is concentrating.
23rd century technology right there.
I'll just say I encourage everybody who does client consultation, sales calls, whatever, via Zoom or what have you, to invest in this type of setup, because I don't know how many times I done hopped on with a potential client and the first thing they do is go, whoa.
Yeah.
You're set up.
I had a court date and they were like, innocent. Look at that background. That guy's didn't do nothing. I was like, bet. They was like, seriously though, if you're doing any type of Zoom, look at this guy, he about to fall in the background. If you're doing any type of Zoom or anything, get your lighting right and pop on and have consultations with clients like that.
Hey, this is what that overtime got me. I was like, oh, you know what? Let me try this out. And I showed you guys last week. I got the rig and I got the ice light and I got the mic going. I just need to work on my background.
It's all good.
Look a little bit nice.
You could be like Alex over there got the Victoria's Secret wings he about to put on this.
I want you all to see it. I'm opening this live real time, man.
Live unboxings on Flash Film Academy.
Yeah, you know what? That's gonna be a thing. Live unboxings.
We need to start doing that. Live unboxing.
Oh my god, it does. It looks like little wings. He's gonna be a beautiful butterfly.
He's just only on Flash Film Academy where you more from a caterpillar to a butterfly.
I'm sorry, Alex, but that ain't gonna make me take you more serious, bro.
I feel like that has the inverse effect, man. It really is.
Maybe if I do. All right.
You like
maybe I need a tighter frame of.
Why you got a fan on the back of your chair?
You like one of the guys that dancing with the sign. That's a little better. That's
so we just got to make it closer.
You like a Victoria's Secret fly?
You trying to get the Rodney shot?
No,
Don't put my name on.
Do not put my name on that.
Those hats in church, you know what I'm saying? The big hats. That's what it reminds me of.
Or a church fan. You remind me of the old.
There you go.
The old
it's a church fan.
Remember the wicker chairs back in the 70s? That's what it looked like. That's what it looked like you got.
Yo.
All he needs is a wooden cane.
If I was gonna get played by anybody, it might as well be this group. You know what I'm saying?
You look like a ping pong paddle right now. You just.
Don't worry, Alex. You're beautiful. That's all that matters.
You like if you was a superhero,
listen,
you would be the black fly swatter.
You all got to give me credit for one thing. At least I did it in front of y'all.
That's true. Hey, you good sport.
This is a live unboxing. This is an experiment. Maybe I mean, it's a 30-day money back guarantee.
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
You look like a fly.
Maybe I should use the green. You want me to use the green side?
Yeah, go green. Go green. Let's see that.
It's not really gonna matter.
Let's see that.
It's not gonna matter. You need to go to Alex Minor School and
Mike Green. They got it's all
Michael Neho School.
Behind the scenes of a Victoria's Secret model, as he attempts to put on his wings, he's going green.
Let me get some runway music real quick. Hold on.
We need some. If he was an Avenger, he would be the fly swatter.
Hey, I think he's supposed to use the straps on the other side of the thing.
Other side.
Yeah, to put it on.
And it's reversible.
I know that, but like when you can see the straps going over the top of your chair, it's kind of like.
Let me play the music.
How else would it stay up?
Let me play the music.
My back's supposed to be covering that. No. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take my money back. Hulk smash!
Oh man, that was hilarious.
If I never made y'all laugh, you can say I did tonight. You know what I'm saying?
That is
All right, I guess the experiment's over.
That is.
I'm gonna have to.
Frozen just in the cut, like, man, y'all got me embarrassed to be a Goldman.
Hey, so, you gotta give it one thing. It folds up real nice.
That's good. That folds up real nice to ship it back. That's good.
Exactly. Ship that thing back.
Right back in the box. Y'all cold-blooded, bro. Hey, we're live, ladies and gentlemen. I can't. Hey, it is what it is.
This is why I need Thursday night.
You know what I'm saying? I don't feel my clients. I might not come back from this. People
are joining the chat to get on and be a part of this. I just want to say that. Man. So I bought this item from Amazon. I thought it was going to be a really good idea. It's all good though, man. It's just, when they asked me what do I rate this product, I rated a.
I'll put the link in the chat description.
It's the opposite of an affiliate link. When you buy it, I lose money. So we're gonna start doing live unboxings. That'll be dope. Where's my other one?
Stop it. Get some help.
Hey, listen. We've all done it. We've all you know. We've all made purchases before like this. This isn't the first, this isn't the last, but we are here to support him and be a part of making sure no one makes these purchases. No one buy all these newer products. And as a family, we're going to help him through this. Because we're the Flash Academy family.
What did Malcolm say? You've been hoodwinked. You've been bamboozled.
We're gonna help you fight through it.
We didn't land on Flash Film. Flash Film landed on us.
We didn't land on B&H
with a throat punch.
B&H landed on us.
You've been hoodwinked. You've been bamboozled. Run amok.
That's that B&H landed on you. I thought it was gonna get a little credibility because it was from B&H and not Amazon. They got a real good.
I thought so too. I mean, listen, that was close to $100, and it came from B&H. But maybe I need Rodney's camera, Alex's camera. Yeah. Maybe that'll change. You know what? It's the gear.
It's the gear.
It's the gear. Let me get some better gear,
Right.
And
That's
then
what it's all about.
Right,
I told y'all, don't buy
sure.
no more gear. I told y'all, don't buy no more gear. What he do? Go out and get a ping pong paddle.
He needs some milk. He needs some.
So good.
What was that about?
Sound bites. You got some good sound bites.
Oh man, they gonna ban my little YouTube channel. I didn't just got it to 50,000. I'm gonna be out of here. Just that quick.
Oh my goodness.
I love the stoic look of Frozen right now. Just keeping it together. Right?
Hey.
It's like, you know what? I don't know these people. I'm just here. I'm here for the comments.
He's like, y'all ain't right, man. Y'all ain't right.
Y'all ain't right.
Yep.
Somebody
y'all need Jesus right now.
There's a viewer out there right now with that same thing in their cart. They was getting ready to buy it. Right now. You just saved them. You just saved some people. So don't feel bad. You just
that was the Victoria's Secret wings for
the one wing,
the spring catalog.
You just saved some people. So,
I did, and you saw the unboxing right here.
Right here. So listen,
I wonder what Brandy would have to say about that one.
Oh man, that is why, ladies and gentlemen, you have to hit that like button. Because we bring you, we remember I tell you, you got to fail and move forward. You got to fail forward. And here we fail forward together as a family. No. Good thing B&H. This is not B&H going to unsponsor whatever they got, all these videos for me.
Hey, y'all, can I get a store credit?
You're gonna have to ask them because it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough. But
let me get a polarizing filter.
They're gonna do something. Give me something. Give me a bag or something. It's okay. It's okay. Listen, we gotta. Why does this thing keep popping up with this?
Yo, Ty, have you been to the B&H store in New York City?
I have been to the B&H store. It is. You got to leave your wallet in the car. Oh my goodness,
man!
You got to.
I'm only 90, maybe like 60 miles from there.
Don't do it.
And I go in that place. Let me tell you something. Everybody here, I can tell you this. If somebody gave you $1 million and said you have 2 hours to spend it in B&H, you could get it spent in a half an hour. It's like a toy store. It's like a candy store. And then they have the trolleys. When you order something, say you order an FX6. You order, and then you see these trolleys coming and doing it, and then next thing you know, it goes to this place. It's all orderly. It's all set up. Boom, they package your stuff. Let me see your ID. Here's your credit card. Next thing you know, man, you out, and you want to go back in the store.
I'm going to tell you what else Adorama is like that, but I'm going to tell you what else you can go to have that experience. NAB. NAB in Vegas is ridiculous. It's like B&H on steroids because B&H carries certain brands. NAB is like all of those Amazon brands that make all of these one-off whatever. They are all there. NAB is absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts. Wow. And you have companies like Nikon. They got these huge booths, and you can play with any lens and camera combination you want. Sigma, and they got every Canon. They got everything. NAB is like that. NAB is it'll have you'll be and then they will announce new cameras that you've never heard of or seen that you can touch and play with.
Wow.
NAB will have you like, man, I gotta get like Aperture have every light they ever made. Plus they announced like 5 more, and you can just play with them. And a lot of people don't understand this. Anybody that go to NAB this year, I'm gonna tell you. Remember where you heard it, because a lot of places ain't gonna tell you this. If you're going to NAB this year, stack some bread, because a lot of those companies don't want to ship that stuff back. They want to sell it the last day of NAB. Anybody who leaving, getting out of there before it ends, I feel sorry for you, because they letting it go for 70% off. And all they did was open a box and put it on display.
Yeah, it costs them more money, and it's more headache to ship it back to China and shit than just.
Yeah, they are
70%.
They're letting it go for pennies on the dollar. Mm-hmm. The last day, if you are there, that was like a Thursday night. If you're there that night, they're like, take it. You can take it with you right now, bro. They are letting it go. They do not want to ship it. The people there don't care. They just don't want to package it and box it back up. So,
they cash or card? Which one do you prefer? Which
I think it was both last time, but I would bring cash just to be sure. So all of I'm talking about all the no, big companies like Nikon and them, they may not, but like Tilta and all of those light companies, man, they like take it. All of the bag companies and battery companies and stream, a lot of stuff, they like take it. Now companies like Zoom, they only got one on display, they're not gonna let you have it. But a lot of like light companies and C-stands and all of that stuff, they like, we don't even want to put it in the truck. Like take it off the floor right now. So that night, I had no idea. I didn't bring enough cash to really take advantage of it because I had no idea. I'm like, why are people sitting around? This junk over with. And when it was time to break it down,
the vultures descend.
Yep, I seen what's his name, the guy who at Aperture, Ted himself was just throwing like, here, get this, get that, buy that.
Whoa,
like, they were letting it go. On top of that, you'll meet every YouTuber you like will be there. Every video-based YouTuber photography will be at NAB. That's if you are, you'll be standing next to Philip Bloom and all of them. Potato Jet, they all will be there. They were there. That's why I got pictures with everybody. They're cool. People pretty cool. And they have a lot of after parties too. If you go to NAB, Aperture will throw an after party, Canon will throw a party, like, and they get crazy. So those are things you need to know if you're going to
When
NAB.
is the flash film after party gonna be happening? That's what I want to know.
At club, well, we'll talk about that offline because that club, I don't want to get demonetized.
Club 662.
It's gonna be
on Flamingo.
That's gonna be. I don't want to get demonetized. We'll have to do it in the after hour because they don't want YouTube to be like, you gonna have it in where?
That one ratchet strip club.
Just get
when is NAB?
Just get you the gun and shoot the ones. Just get you two of them. It's gonna be in October. It's gonna be in October. It's October, I think 11th or 13th or something like that.
Ty, are you seeing that timer above the thing?
Yeah,
too?
I'd see it. I'm dreading it.
So what is it? It's like group that you got it on.
It's I don't know. I think I'm signing into the wrong account because it's not my professional account.
Because you probably have an unlimited number of people and a limited number of time. It's just that's the one they give you like when you first get into Zoom because they want it. It's like. They give it to you.
Yeah, it's the free account. They limit the meetings to 40 minutes.
I think I'm signed in under my personal Zoom and not my business Zoom. So I think that's what it is. That's what happened. But I don't. If I had to go back and redo a whole link, and I'm about to do all that, we about to just switch out.
Ty, you use some nice gear, man. I'm scrolling through your gear list.
Oh yeah, nice stuff. There's a bunch of good things. If you get a chance, you guys are watching, go to Flash Film Academy, click on gear list. A lot of services I've used and I've linked them as well. And I only listen if I try to list stuff I've used. I don't want to tell you what I think is good. I can't vouch for that. There's some stuff that I would never use again that'll never make that list. But I try to list like copywriters and different companies that I've used on that list.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to use some of them copywriters soon.
Go for it. I have. Let's do this. We're gonna reset this room. I want to tell you about. I've been using AI for copywriting. I don't know if you've seen that lately, but we're gonna talk about that. Let's switch up, and then we're gonna go here, and we're gonna redo it. Same link and everything, guys. So let's do that. And in the meantime, I've been playing around with AI for copywriting, and it's been decent. There's a company called Copy.ai, and they have a free trial, and you may be blown away at the results of it. It's not super perfect, but the things that you may be worried about, like grammar and all that, it's really good at that. Like you'll wonder, like, how did y'all get this good at it? But it's really, really. If you have no copywriting and you want to kind of get into it and learn about it, Copy.ai it's pretty decent. It's really good actually. It'll bring up some stuff that's just mind blowing when it comes to writing like emails and certain like things like that. So if you get a chance, sign up for the free account and check it out. I have no affiliation with them or nothing like that, but it was something that it was brought to my attention and I used, and I was kind of blown away at it. It was just dope. So Copy.ai is it, and when you want to like write like hooks or product descriptions or things like that, it's really good at that. It's really good at that, and it'll, even if it's not really good at what you say, it'll continue to tweak it and get better. So If you get a chance, definitely try it. But it's Copy.ai, and it is better than you expect. It's definitely more than usable. It's more than usable to the point where you're like, wait, what? Like, how did you get that information about me? Like, how did you add that about my company? Because they're gonna ask you your website, and it's gonna scan your website and do all of that, and it's gonna come up with pretty interesting copy for you. And I've used it on some YouTube videos. I've used it a few places, and it's pretty dope. Especially when you want to get some copy, you want something quick, and you want something that's pretty decent. It will get the job done, and it's decently priced. If you look at what you're gonna spend for copywriting for a decent amount of time, it may be better if you go that route. So they'll let you test it. It's kind of mind blowing. Like it'll trip you out. It will.
What's the name of the company? I missed it. I'm sorry.
Copy.ai. Copy.ai is artificial intelligence or AI.
I heard of it, but I didn't know if it was any good.
It is. Yeah, it's pretty good. It'll trip you out how good it is. Quick thing, real quick, for those who are joining a little late, I have a survey I'm going to ask that you fill out. If you get time, it takes all of 3 minutes. The goal of that survey is to help me make sure I got the right videos for you. Make sure I'm doing what I'm talking about what you want to hear. So I'm gonna post that link really quick. It's 3 minutes at that. I'm gonna ask that you fill that out. We're gonna start running some contests for gold members too. I'm trying to work out a few things where we can do contests. Maybe I don't want to kind of give away what the contests are, but we're gonna try to have a few contests that are like weekly contests that you will win something for my gold members who jump on. And we may do a contest like how to light certain things, or testimonial style shooting, where it doesn't have to be a real testimonial, but whoever has the best lighting to display a certain mood, and we'll all vote on who the winner is, and the winner will get, an Amazon gift card or a B&H gift card, something like that. Tommy Rebel says, landed a big, I thought he said big. It was beta client. A jeweler wanted to learn about the industry. Is that your target audience? And jewelers, there's a lot to learn. I'll tell you my experience with jewelers, because a lot of people don't know, is I was one of the first beta photographers with Google when they rolled out the 360 view of stores. I was a part of the beta team to help with that, where we went to different stores and took pictures back when we had to do it with a physical camera, and you had to take 4 pictures in each direction and then stitch them together, everything. So I was a part of the first team when they started rolling that out. And I met a lot of clients, or a lot of people who turned into potential clients now through that. And one of the clients that I met was a jeweler here in Dallas, who was one of the 10 diamond wholesalers in the country. And I got to learn a lot about jewelry, a lot about diamonds. Like, they own mines over across seas. So it was nice. It was nice just learning about the difference in diamonds and what they go through to bring them and provide them, and how they value them, and just things like that. So jewelry is way more interesting than I thought it would be. So it's great to learn about it. I want to make sure I add everybody in. There you go. So yeah, you'll learn a lot from a beta client. Plus, they're very seasonal, right? There's times a year where people just buy a lot of jewelry. Christmas time, certain times a year, people just buy a lot of jewelry. And then we're talking about, things other than just engagements. So it's a lot to learn when it comes to that. Is doing corporate video for an agency that service multiple startups a good niche? The hard, raw answer is no. Because how do you create something specifically for their target audience if they have multiple target audiences? How do you appeal to them? I would go one more layer deep. Are we doing tech companies, IT companies? Are we doing companies that has apps? I did a few startup videos when I got started. They were all over the place. I had a video about a guy who invented, this sounds crazy, but it was dope, a mini deodorant stick that sticks to your keychain. In case you're out and you hit the gym, you can just hit hit the deodorant. And I thought it was a good idea. We did a really good Kickstarter for him. And I shot the video. I have to pull it up and show you guys one day. But we shot the video for it, and it came out well. I can't remember if he reached his goal or not, but I had that. And then I had another company that created an app that used your location to track you. If you allow them to use your location to track you, and I think they sold this license, whenever you enter a store, you're notified of the savings and stuff in that store. And if you shop at a certain store or visit a certain store, you get points that you can then use to buy stuff. So I didn't get deep enough to understand how his revenue and stuff like that worked, but I think he sold that license to like a bigger company like Walmart, so they can detect when you're in Walmart, and the app would automatically open back up and say, hey, we see you were in our Walmart, we got a sale on such and such in aisle 6. So I think he ended up selling that. So I don't know, but you want to be very specific with the type of startups you work with, because it's hard to offer a return on investment to a startup company when you have not worked with their target audience before. You're so much more valuable when you've worked with a specific target audience than you are just creating content. So definitely. Might have missed it, but I asked earlier if anyone in the panel has experienced any pushback from Vax Status. If so, what are your thoughts? Bumped into this topic like 3 times. So, as political as this topic is, even though it shouldn't be, it is, that really depends on where you are in the country. I'm here in Texas, and it's hit or miss. I try not to even bring up the topic. I try not to even bring it up.
In Florida, you can't. They passed a law like you can't ask about Vax Status.
I, however, still provide them. I still do a COVID waiver. Period. I don't need to know what it is, but you can't sue me or come after me or whatever because of whatever side of the fence you're on. Because I know some people that are pro and some people that are against it. I try to make sure that I'm covered legally. That's the best you can do. And sometimes providing that will kill all questions or thoughts or ideas legally. Because a lot of people, let's say hypothetically, you're against it and you want to work in the area and they like, you don't have it, we don't want to work with you. Really, they're trying to protect themselves legally in most cases. It's not personal. It's just business, right? So if you got a contract or something that states that I'm not responsible, you're not responsible either way. They're like, oh, okay, we don't care. It's on you. Now, you may want to be careful because there may be soon some places that require verification. I think New York is going to that. And then
they're already doing it for certain places. Yeah. And I actually just had a friend whose production got shut down after one day. Like, it was a big production for probably for a hospital system or something. And he was like, we were up there one day. They were doing daily testing for COVID. Somebody tested positive. He was fully vaccinated, but people can carry it.
Yep.
And they shut the production down, sent everybody home.
If you are in healthcare and you are against vaccinations, you're probably going to have a difficult time. And it's not about personal. It's up to you. You have your body, your right. I believe in giving people the choice to do whatever they want to do. I can care less. As long as it don't come over my fence and mess with me, I'm cool. You can do flips in your house. I don't care. But when it comes to working with clients, they have the right to make that choice. So if you're in healthcare and you want to stay in that area, your competitor may have fully, completely triple shot vaccine stickers all over their page. And it could be something that is hurting you when you're in healthcare or you're somewhere you're around a lot of people. But the choice is still yours. I'm not here to tell you yay or nay. But just be logical on the business side, because they have your client has the ability to have a choice, just like you have the ability to have a choice. So if they choose not to, don't take it personal. hey, I respect it. It's just business. You know, sometimes if you offer them a contract and say, here's our, you know, we're sometimes offering a COVID waiver puts you ahead of it. So just know that you could possibly run into that. I've seen it happen.
That is true. If I can just add just a little bit as far as like what's going on with like in my niche, it's that you know, in over here in Colorado, they're probably most likely about to enforce that they're gonna be, you know, asking for the vaccination card for all the guests that are coming into the restaurants. And you know, the Colorado Restaurant Association has been talking to some of the owners of restaurants, and the owners are like, hey, you know, if that's gonna keep our business running and not going back to 50% capacity, or you know, that everybody got to wear masks, like they're looking at a business where like, yeah, we're gonna charge you so we can keep this 100% open and our money's still coming in. So if we put ourselves in the business side of things, they're only worried about the business side of things. Like if we're gonna charge you for it, so in order for us to our business to survive, they're gonna go for it, you know. So
this is all that matter, people. This is all that matter. I got this. It's all that matter. If it ain't about that,
yeah,
that's all that matter.
Period. Yeah.
That's all that in business. That's all that matters. So it don't matter what side of the fence you on. You need to be on the side that you can get the most dollars, even if it's just for work purposes. So, you know, okay, I like that too. We can work with that too. Whatever that noise is.
What was it?
Somebody got an email or something. It probably was me. You know what? I just got an email from Copy.ai. True story. They're watching everything I do. Can't make this up. That was super
Thanks
weird.
for plugging us, Ty.
That was super weird.
Yeah, here's your check, Ty.
So yeah, so be mindful of that. I mean, you can choose a side. I'm not telling you which side to choose. I really don't care. I'm gonna sleep good tonight. But when it comes to business, you got to know whoever your target audience is. You should have an idea of what they like based on your target audience, right? You should know your target audience. You should know the income level. You should know the political views. When you get real specific on your target audience, you'll know who your ideal client is. They'll fall within one of those two things. And those are things, when you understand your target audience, you can position yourself to be attractive to them, right? You may have a target audience that's anti or maybe pro. You should know who your target audience is. And knowing that, you know, it should make it easier to know how you should present yourself. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I've shot content for Democrats and Republicans, right? The way I walk in is completely different with each one. I've shot campaign videos for both sides. You got to kind of, you know, walk in like, yeah, that guy don't know what he's talking about, or hey, that guy's great. Whatever you got to do. But I'm leaving like this though. I'm leaving like these. Like, yeah, that guy don't know what he's talking about. That guy's, you know what I'm saying? Give me another one. Yeah, okay, perfect. Yeah, screw those guys, whatever. I'm leaving like that. And that's how it's just business. Stop making it personal. Do it.
Yeah, if you're smart, you'll have a Trump t-shirts on one side with your back to your business partner who's got Biden t-shirts on the other side.
Reversible. I'm flipping it. Listen, don't get in the war, just sell bullets. Don't get in the war. Don't just.
Has a question for you. Has anybody like not wanted to work with you because you worked with the other side?
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you how I learned that. So my demo reel in the beginning, I got images of both past two presidents. Right in the beginning, I just had Obama stuff drop. I'm in a red state. Be smart. When I added the images from the Trump inauguration, numbers went back up. I had both. You just got to be smart. I'm not here to
work. I was gonna say, if you're working with both, do people care? Like, do they? Okay.
Nope. There are campaign advisors and script writers that jump both sides like crazy. Whoever calling, they working on their campaign. They don't care. And as a business owner, you got to be the same way. Like, it's not about, don't pick a side. Just sell bullets. I'm selling bullets and Band-Aids to both sides. Period. And it sucks, but it's just business. When 9/11 happened, what they were doing, we need more American flags. Send more, you know what I'm saying? Every event in your lifetime, somebody got filthy rich, hand sanitizing companies and face mask companies. Somebody is looking like, I'm not gonna get in the war of whether or not you should wear a mask or pro mask or not, but we're gonna make a bunch of masks and we're gonna sell some anti-mask stuff for this guy over here. So you, as a business owner, you got to look for that opportunity, and you can't get caught up in the politics. Let them shoot it out. I'm just gonna cash the check. And you have to build your business to do that. A lot of companies don't come forward with a side unless they're forced to. You don't know how Coca-Cola feel right now. You don't know how AT&T feel. They're not trying to pick a side. As your business, as you as an individual, is something different. But as a brand, as a business, you don't need to be claiming a side. For what? That's what people do. That's not what businesses do, unless they're forced to. You got a company like Nike who signs people, they rely on the image of others to grow their brand. They may have to choose a side. But AT&T ain't picking a side. They don't got to. They're not.
Good thing they're not representing Mario Cuomo. I'm sorry, Andrew Cuomo right now.
I mean, you never know. Some people, a lot of them companies quietly support people you don't think they do. They quietly do it. So, but they're not going to do it publicly. They don't want to. They may say, "Hey, executive, you send some money to go do this as a person, and if it falls, it's on you." But we as a company, we're not going to do it. I mean, you don't want to play this. You want to get out of that. It's crazy because we're so used to just living a life of worrying about it, picking a side, politics. But you really want to, as a business, you want to get out of that. There was plenty of times back in the day where the country was segregated and as racist as possible, but it didn't matter what color you were to buy that Coca-Cola, they was gonna sell it to you. You may have to get in a different line to get it. You may have to go around the back of the store to get it, but we still gonna sell you this Coca-Cola.
Are you partially separated enough from your business that you can talk about it personally, or do you not even broach it on your personal pages either?
Oh, I'm bad on my personal page. Anybody that knows, I'm terrible. So the YouTube version of me is a very G-rated version of me. I'm not a G-rated guy. I'm not a G-rated guy at all. Anybody who's been Army, military, like I am. It's just a different version of me. I keep it separated, but I have to catch myself mid-sentence often. I ain't got good at it, but if you think my jokes are raw on YouTube,
Tyrone is different than Ty.
Thank you. Two different brands. Tyrone is completely different.
Gotta make it safe for civilians.
Gotta make it civilian safe. You're absolutely right. I got it, and that's just me. And it's crazy because on my YouTube journey, I started like, hey, and we're gonna talk about this camera here, and people were like, the minute I put out a video like, you got a camera and you broke, it's because you ain't doing what you. They was like, wow, we love this. Yo. The more I punch people in the throat, the more they love it. I'm like, okay, I got a lot of that.
I'm telling you, I never forget where I was because Robert, I was in Pittsburgh. My daughter was at UPMC, and I'm sitting at McDonald House, and I'm telling you, my wife could tell you because she was tired of the question. I'm like, I'm good at what I do. How come I can't make money doing it? I don't understand this. And I'm trying to sit there, chase people. Let's, like weddings and and this dude, I sat there. I don't know. I guess it came to my feed. They saw me looking at camera stuff. If you have a camera and you're not making money, here's why. And I said, what? Let me click this on. He's just standing there like all impudent. I never forget. You got like a purple light behind you.
I was so mad at
that
video.
Don't get pimped out.
I was so mad. I had put out work and it was not working. I was like, I might just cuss y'all out.
Yo, that was it. That changed it for me.
That's the Gary Vee
I made my
effect,
wife sit there and watch it.
To get on the go, to get on the Zoom is go. You got to go. And keep in mind, that's a lot of people want you to think about. In a minute, we gonna get off live, and we usually chop it up for some time. How long did we stay last week? It was on last week.
4 hours.
Like after the live, how long did we stay on for like another way? It was like
an hour and a half. You said you had to go. You had the after
party. Yeah. Last time was I
can't remember if I was on last week.
Like an hour and a half.
It was like an hour and a half after we live. So
you said you had to go. You cut us. You said you had the after party.
The after.
Yeah,
That's right. The after. That's where I can really, But I'm a different person. I don't want to say I'm a different person, but I'm a little more polished on here.
Let the hair down, basically.
Yeah. I'm a little more polished.
Yeah, afro down.
Like the song says.
There's a few words I don't use on here that I use in real life.
Yo, you let your soul glow.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's exactly what I was thinking.
She didn't want to say it. She was like, I can't say it.
I know, right? Well, come on.
She was like, somebody say it.
Yeah.
She was like, I'm gonna send it to somebody. Somebody.
Let your soul
Wait for it.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
Sexy chocolate.
Sexy chocolate. That's literally what happens.
There
you go. YouTube is like,
you gotta start off every after party with that.
YouTube is like, congratulations, your video is no longer monetized. Like, dang.
Yep. What's that South Park meme? And it's gone.
And it's gone.
Oh my goodness.
I don't got what else. I gotta get some more. Yeah. But yeah, you know, I realized like I just wanted to keep it real with people, man. I just wanted to tell it like it is. And that's just what that video was. I was mad. You look at that video, I'm like, man, I'm sick and tired of I was just mad, bro. Because I got so many friends that are photographers. Like, I got so many friends that are photographers and videographers that I've been like, yo, take this course. Tell me what you think. Yo, I've been trying to get them to, and they just booty photographers for life. And that's just, it is what it is. Like,
they don't want to make no money.
They'll sit right next to me and 10 of y'all will come on here celebrating wins, talking about X, Y, and Z, and they'll be sitting right next to me doing the same thing. And I mean, and doing the same thing over and over again. And I'll be trying to tell them like, yo, nope. So
I'm gonna be a booty photographer
for life. They be one for life.
And I think you mentioned in one of your videos, if you're gonna do it, at least have the girl holding a bottle of Coca-Cola or something.
Do something like,
put something in her hand.
I ain't saying you can't make her do something. Like, just, you can do it. There's a way to monetize what you love. You just got to be smart about it. I'm not telling nobody to take my niche and do what I'm telling you to do. I'm saying you can do it. Just be smart about it. Understand where the money come from in this industry. Who paying?
Better start your own OnlyFans.
Right. Do something. Do something. Question for Alex. Do you still use the GH5 for most of your jobs? I had it since 2017. Been considering upgrading to the Sony side, A7S III. But I'll have to get new lenses. Oh, you know what I'm going to say to that? I'm going to let you go first.
Yeah, I got 3 GH5s, man. Like, I actually just picked up the third one a few months ago because I've been getting by with a lower version of the camera as my third angle, but I was sick of having to, compromise on my color grading because it didn't have the log profile. So I gave that one to a friend and bought another GH5. I mean, I've made so much money with those cameras. I love, like, I'm using it right now. I love the system. It's like, do you know how many, like, this is going into territory Ty would probably slap me for saying this, but like, you know how many lenses I got from my GH5s? Because I can get cheap ones. I can get, like, this lens that I'm using costs less than $300 and it looks amazing. It's the main lens that I use on my shoots. If it costs more than like $300, I'm probably not buying it. But there's so many that are available for that price. I mean, you got to shoot manual, but you on a GH5 anyway. Why would you use autofocus? So it's like, it's such an economical camera for the image I get, the features it's got. It's weather sealed and all that stuff. Like, and like, if I want another one, I can get one for less than $1,000.
I'm gonna let him finish now. Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I make so much money with these cameras, and if I need another, I know you about to, like, I can see you ramping up, but I don't make so much money with these cameras, and they're so cheap, and like, I've never had a client ask me what camera I'm using. So
I'm gonna say to each his own. Like, don't get caught up in the tool, right? GH5s are great cameras. You see what he can do with it. No matter where you go, just make sure it's kind of like I tell people all the time, because a lot of people, the question that irks me the most is, what camera should I buy? Well, it's like asking a chef, what knife should I use? I don't know what you're cooking. I don't know what you're chopping. I don't know. You got to figure out what you're trying to do, because you may be in a world where you need autofocus and the A7S III is it. You may be in a world where it ain't a big deal, and it's not. So I think it's really important that your niche, if you're in a niche with a fast moving subject, autofocus matters to you. Like the A7S III is the first camera I've ever used where I fully trust the autofocus. I've never had a camera in my life where I trust it.
Number one.
Period. I don't even know what that is, but so it just the gear depends on what you're trying to do, your niche. You know, a sushi knife is completely different than if you cook in barbecue. You know, so it's just you got to know what you're cooking first to really make an accurate session.
Yeah, and I fully agree with what you just said, because like, would autofocus make my life easier? Yes, it would. And there are times I wish for autofocus, but the majority of what I shoot is talking head. The majority of it is stuff that I can light the way I want to. And so the weaknesses of the sensor don't outweigh the benefits that I would get from moving to another system. Because I probably have to sell all 3 of my cameras and all my lenses to get one A7S III and 2 or 3 good lenses.
And remember, if you ain't got 2 cameras, you ain't got 1 in this business. So if you can't afford to get 2, you can't afford to get 1.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of lock yourself in when you have a system, unless you're independently wealthy and you can say, okay, I have a Canon system and a Sony and a Panasonic, and I can take my choice. You know what I'm saying? There you go. That's what I'm saying. But also, I made my commitment to Sony before Canon came out with that. I mean, because the R5, I love the colors. It is. I mean, they caught up real quick. But you know what? I'm a Sony guy because I got that. That's why I'm locked. I got 30,000 invested in lenses. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna start trying to try something else now.
You can also, that question is for you as well, Alex. But you can also adapt a lot of glass to Sony as well in most new mirrorless stuff. So keep that in mind.
Yeah, I use Vlog for most of my client work because I've got the plugin that I use for coloring. It comes with a LUT built in that just makes my color grading easy. So like I slap it on most of my stuff if I've lit it, if I could control the lighting, and it looks great. I throw a little curve on it and it's done. If I can go farther with it if I want to, but usually I don't need to. There are situations where I just shoot with the natural profile, which is what I'm doing right now, and that looks good too. But a lot of times with my client work, especially if I am like running gun and shooting B-roll in harsh conditions, I want to make sure that I'm getting the maximum dynamic range, and that's why I shoot Vlog.
That makes sense. See, I thought I was going down to Panasonics. I ain't got no beef with them. It's whatever you want to use. Whatever you can use and you're good at, just go for it. I mean,
Yeah, no, if my budget was unlimited, I would have A7S IIIs. But my budget is not unlimited.
What you got to do is you got to get that ski mask, go hang out by the ATM. No, I'm just joking. We do not support the views.
The funny part is I love Sony for video, but I had the chance to play with the Canon R5. I love the Canon colors, man. I mean, I can't. I'm not that dude that's like I'm a fan.
Colors.
I'm not a fanboy.
I'll tell you this: when I went to NAB, because I did a review where it was kind of like, Canon, what are y'all thinking? Like because when the mirrorless stuff was popping, it was slacking. Man, they wouldn't even do a interview with me without legal being right there on site. Like you can't ask that. What you mean I can't ask
Canon
that?
hold grudges.
Yeah, like what you mean I can't ask that? You say something else. I'm like, what?
You gave him too many throat punches, Ty.
Man.
Yeah.
And I know people that personally work for Canon. And Canon kind of sponsored one of my movies before. It was like, what do you want? I want the C300 gear. Get it. And I was like, bet. But when they came out with their mirrorless lineup, I was just being real with them. Like, this is not it. This ain't it, Chief.
They did catch up though, because between the R5 and the C200, which I had somebody who shoots Canon do the video for me for a wedding. The C200 looks like it's film. It looks like your old school film, and the R5 has just got that like that natural where you don't have to do anything to it. Whereas and I know, Sony's always had that kind of magenta greenish kind of thing that you have to pull back.
Well, didn't they fix that the A7S III? I think they fixed
it. The new with the Cinetone, it's much better now.
If you go to EOS HD, they have a picture profile you can purchase for your Sonys to get a really good look, get a really good color science. So
EOSHD.com.
Yep, EOS HD. They sell like a picture profiles that you can add to your Sony cameras to make them to correct any color issue they have, or that green magenta look that used to happen in a lot of the older Sonys. I bought it for every Sony I got. I mean, you can use it for a certain generation and then they come out with a new one, but definitely something to think about if you want to get Canon-like colors. I mean, to the point where you can put it next to a Canon and you can't tell the difference, because Canon's just more red, more orange.
Yeah, and also if you check out some of the stuff by Armando Ferreira, he's a YouTuber. He shoots both Canon and Sony, and he's got color, LUTs or whatever that he's created. He matches Canon and Sony all the time.
Me and that dude got into it this week, Armando Ferreira. We got into it. I kid you not. We got into. I don't go back and forth and beef with people on YouTube, but let me tell you, I'm a man. If I got an opinion, that's my opinion. It's not for you to tell me it's a silly opinion because you're Armando Ferreira. Like, you invented cameras. Nobody else knows anything about them but you. He compared a Sony FX3, right, to a Canon C70. Those are two different classes. And he said the FX3 punches above its weight class. And he basically said you can go with either one. This has this, this has that. But I'm sitting there saying that's like comparing a Hellcat, $80,000 Hellcat, to a $50,000 Mustang GT. There's two different classes. If you're going to compare the FX6 to the C70 and the R5 to the FX3. He comes back telling me how silly my argument is and dismissing me as if I'm some kind of punk. And I'm like, yo, dude, you an influencer. Don't talk to me. You don't eat with your camera. You shill for Sony or Canon. I went on him. I went in on him. If you go and look at that thread, you'll see. And I was like, don't ever dismiss me. I was like, don't ever dismiss me. I don't care who you are.
You've been on that Flash from Academy channel, haven't you? Like, that's what you're gonna come. It's on every day. I got the
do me a favor and look up that YouTube with he compares an FX3 to a C70, and you look at L Dunk 95. I went in on him. I was like, listen, man, don't be embarrassed. Don't be ashamed. You have to make your money too. Go ahead, keep influencing. I know when I'm being sold.
You're gonna have me fighting that NAB. You the guy that's telling these people that I ain't making no money on my camera.
Armando.
Right. Let me say this. One thing I want to say real quick, then we're gonna get ready to wrap, because we're about to do the after party, after hour. One thing you got to be careful of, viewers, and this is, remember how I told you, and this is perfect timing for this. When I say create a competitive advantage, right? There's a term that's being used to describe certain cameras that you may have fallen for as a creative advantage, and it is the term cinema camera. Cinema camera is just a term that Canon has created to help it be a creative advantage. A C200, why is that? How is that not a video? It's a video camera, right? It just has a cinematic look. If you go look up the definition of a cinema camera, there is no true definition of it. It's just a camera you shoot movies with. Well, I can shoot movies with an iPhone. What makes a cinema camera a cinema camera? There is no true answer to that. But people will fight you about this is a cinema camera and this is not. No, they just patent a term to call everything with a C in front of it a cinema camera. And Sony don't call everything a cinema camera. They have a cine style or a lineup. So do the research, look it up. There's people that are like, no, a cinema camera. Go look at what is technically a cinema camera. There is no hard evidence as to what exactly is a cinema camera. It's just some manufacturers call their stuff cinema and some don't. But you can shoot a movie with everything. So what is a cinema camera? Creating a cinematic look can be done with lighting and post-production. It really don't have anything to do with the camera. It's all about lighting, post-production. You can do cinematic shots. You can have cinematic movement. But if you do that with a video camera, will the image not look cinematic? There is no true definition of a cinema camera. Go look. Your heart gonna be broken. They just put that red ring and that red C on your camera to make you feel like you're purchasing something that is good. But the truth is, there is no true definition as to what a cinema camera is. Go on Wikipedia, go wherever you want to look. It's just gonna say a camera used to shoot movies.
That's the soft throat punch.
That's just a tap. Just a
he said tap. A camera used to shoot movies.
That's
I love
all it is. So
there she is.
There she go. What we gonna do?
There she is. I said broke ankles. Go ahead, girl.
I ain't even bring it up. So what we gonna do? You got any wins for us, Brandy, before we close? So we're gonna close out and then we're gonna go to the after party. So don't go nowhere.
I got a win. I just got off a photo shoot.
Okay, let's talk about
so,
that.
yeah, man.
Any
money is a win. Shoot, soon I'm gonna be driving my little Brinks truck.
Yeah, come on, pick this up. Come on, bring it.
So yeah, I just got off a photo. Hey, get the bag.
Come
Prop
on,
money,
pick that
but
up.
hey.
Yeah, we got it. The bag is right here. I secured it. Go ahead, tell us about your win while I get ready to put the rest of your money in.
It was just real simple. It was a photo shoot that I did for a reoccurring client that I have. It was for her brand. She did a mommy and me photo shoot, as well as one of her clients. She's a oh my goodness, she is a personal stylist. So usually she has someone she dresses, and shows a thing or two too. She has like a makeup artist come in, which is actually one of my good friends. And she does that, and I help her out, and we're getting her brand together and all that good stuff, little bit by little bit. So I was happy. It was quick, fast, easy, in and out, and that's what it was. So I'm happy about it. Any money is good money right now. Well, yeah, that's what any money is good. No, I'm saying any money is good money. Anytime I'm going out to go make some money, that's a good thing, regardless of the amount.
You wanna buy a back screen for that goes on your chair?
Don't do it.
Only $89.99.
No, I'm not gonna get caught up. I'm not gonna get caught up. See, you sound like the dude in the alley.
You go
right
back
now.
and watch the live from earlier. Don't do it. Let me say this real quick.
I did a live unboxing for everybody, and they said I was like one of the Victoria's Secret angels.
Yeah. So let me say this.
Red Bull ain't the only thing to give you wings.
Let me say this real quick, and then I'm gonna wrap and go to the after party. A lot of people say you should do a video about cinematic camera. I did one, and I had to fight for my life with that video because folks, cinema cameras, my Canon guy, just you don't want to.
Canon sent assassins to his
door. They was after me, bro. Like they were
ready.
They were ready. So I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna ask you to do a few things. One, I'm gonna ask you to post what you've learned in this video. Let me go here because I'm gonna get ready to restart that with 2 minutes to go. So stand by. One thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ask you what you've learned in this video. If you want to go gold, this is where you go gold. So you can be a part of this thing. We got Zoom now, so we about to have like 50 of y'all on here, and we about to turn up. So I'm gonna ask, post what you learned in the video. I'm also going to ask that you fill out this quick 3-minute survey that will help me provide great content for you guys and help me provide what you need, so I don't have to guess. I want to make sure I tell you what you need so we can take it to the next level. Because some people say, I want more of this. I want less of that. I need to know this. I need to hear details on that. I want to make sure I get that to you. So again, comments, remember, post what you've learned. I'm going to ask that you join us Tuesday at 1 p.m. If you're a gold member, jump on next Thursday with us. Right now, we're about to go to the after party. So my gold members, you can go to the gold member section. I don't even make sense. The lecture section over on the community where you'll see links to join this after party where Ty is going to end things and Tyrone is going to step into the building. As long as we have no recording devices on, and we're going to chop it up and talk for a minute. So with that being said, I want to thank you for being a part of this live. Man, I love to hear y'all wins. I love to hear things that you guys are doing. I love to see you grow, and I love to have these conversations. So be safe, turn up this weekend, and I'll see you in the next video. All right. Go ahead and get on out of here. Sit tight, y'all. Well, actually, we're about to redo that room, but sit tight because it's about to go down in the after party.